Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 10, the finale of the Secrets of Magic. I am your host and GM for this amazing adventure. I am Jason Bowman. I'm the director of game design at Paizo. And before we get started, I am going to pass it around, like I have every session, to my players to allow them to introduce themselves and their characters. Xander, take it away.
Hello, I am Xander Jeanneret, and I am playing Ingot tonight, the level 7 rock dwarf, who is an abjurist wizard, and is very happy that no one died from a giant magma scorpion.
Well, not yet. Some of you are still poisoned. We'll figure that out.
And I'm pretty sure I'm still on fire, but we won't go into that.
Yeah, let's not remind Jason. Okay, me next. Hi! Look at me, directing engineering to throw me up there. Hi, I'm Michelle Bradley. What's up? I'm playing your witch, your kitsune witch. That's two things. A kitsune witch, yeah, two things. And I also have a little familiar friend Bug on my shoulder. He real mean, he loves fish, just like me. And he loves eating kobold fingers, which is a weird thing that we found out for just real briefly, never talked about again a couple of episodes ago. And it's the last episode, and I'm sad, but I'm excited because we're going to figure out what that secret of magic is.
We're going to get it.
Yeah. All right, and London, go ahead.
All right. Oh, thank you, director. Hi, everybody. I am Don Tonight I'm playing London. He is a half-elf. He is a half-elf Magus. Just kidding. Don is a half-elf Magus, and he is the resident sort of fire marshal Bill of the team, always on fire, but he's always enthusiastic. So we're happy to play him one last time before we close this out.
Don Boom.
I was expecting let me tell you something.
Oh, God.
Don't worry, London. I am also always on fire. I'm your biggest fan. Hello, everyone. My name is Bonnie Gordon. I am playing your level 7 halfling summoner, Fairel. By her side, as always, is her wolf eidolon, Fang. And yes, I am poisoned, on fire, and ready to play. Let's go. Who's ready to save the world?
Yes, everyone's in dire conditions. So before we get back to that, though, as I always do, when we last left our intrepid band of adventurers, 4 scholars were sent from the city of Absalom, from the College of Mysteries. These 4 enigmas were sent to the small, tiny desert town of Zaltier, there to investigate a strange magical phenomenon that was taking place. The people in the town were suddenly, spontaneously generating magical abilities and talents. You were sent to go investigate, to find out the source of these powers, and to make sure that they were not causing any harm or danger to the people of Zaltier or the surrounding countryside. What you found was an odd mix. You found people with rather benign powers that allowed them to enhance their crops or make their day-to-day lives a little easier. But you found others had abilities that, well, frankly, turned to a bit more dangerous. The innkeep's animated servants went rampaging around her bar. The local goat herds ended up fighting each other using their magical powers, enhancing goats and creating cactus golems. The nearby shopkeep used his magic to enhance his goods and rip off the people of Zaltier, and when that didn't work, went straight to burglary and attempted assassination. Suffice to say, it's been a bit of a mixed bag as to how the magical powers have gone. But among all of these, one story has stood out. A young girl named Imra seemed to develop the power to talk and control flames. But as time went on, this power continued to grow. Many of the other powers kind of just became what they were and were static. Hers continued to grow in power until eventually she herself was wreathed in flame that spoke with an otherworldly voice and summoned fire elementals to burn and destroy the city. It was at this same time that your investigations uncovered that a storm that rolled through town about a month ago had a number of peculiar targets, hitting buildings that contained fragments of an old temple, a temple to Nethys located just outside town. Conveniently, the workers and foremen at that temple just finished re-excavating it after a sandstorm buried it. You decided to go and investigate this temple, hoping to find out whether or not they were related. In fact, it turns out that all of these things seem to involve this temple. The fire that left Imra floated back to this temple, scorching the place and summoning a bunch of fire elemental servants, which you battled last week. Making your way deeper and deeper into the shrine, you eventually faced off against a terrifying magma scorpion, and in your battles with it, you found an unknown ally. A strange young priest from deep within the temple came out to help you in your struggle. This strange priest looked at you at the end of the last session, just as the magma scorpion was defeated, and said, "By the blessings of the all-seeing eye, you have come without a moment to lose. The town of Zaltier will be destroyed, and although I may be to blame, through you, we might be able to save everyone from a fiery death."
Yeah.
You just sound so jazzed about the fiery death.
Yeah. So bear with me on my hypothesis. This is a bird trapped in a man's body because he said he was at fault. I'm still going with the bird theory. This is a phoenix
Too much of a
transformed
stretch.
into a man.
Yeah, going back to the Phoenix story, maybe it was the divs
Poor
from
Fairel.
the deep desert, or
It's all of them.
Those could
It's
be
all
some
of the
Bird
feathers
is
on
the
upper
word,
lip.
Jason.
You know.
Yeah.
Haven't you heard? The bird is the word.
that is what I've heard. So I'm going to go ahead and bounce back to the Fire Caves map here, because that is where we were when we left off. And in that, we can see kind of the situation that we left off in. Like, exactly in that moment. We had some players on fire, and we had some characters who were poisoned. 3 of you were poisoned, in fact.
I look totally okay and unscathed. Look at that. It's strange.
Yeah, Hachi's having a great time.
Yeah.
Hachi managed to avoid assault.
Everything.
I got beat up at the very
Ingot-
beginning, remember? And then later.
So this young priest sees all of you, sees you in flame, and he's like, oh, and he goes running back into the room and comes out with a pitcher of water to throw on folks who are inflamed. So we'll just go ahead and assume that the fires have been put out, but the poison is a different matter entirely. 3 of you are poisoned and in different stages of poison. So that is a bit of a challenge. London, I believe you had gone through 3 rounds of poison. Fairel, I think you had gone through 2 rounds, and Ingot, you had just been poisoned the round before the combat ended.
Mm-hmm.
So, this poison only lasts 6 rounds, but it can do tremendous damage during that time if you fail a bunch of saving throws. So, we're going to have to figure out how that plays out.
Okay.
So, this young man comes running up and he's like, did that nasty beast sting you? I know a bit of medicine. I think I've got my kit here. I might be able to help treat some of your poisonous wounds.
Perhaps, Fairel, you could help as well and synthesize some sort of antidote.
I could definitely try. Considering that I'm not feeling quite great either, though. I'm glad there's someone else here with a kit.
Okay,
So thank you,
here's how
random stranger birdman.
Oh, you can call me Alyut. My name is Alyut. I am priest Alyut. But allow me to help. So here's how this is going to work. You can use the treat poison action. Now, it's only 1 action to do treat poison, and basically you're just trying to help them overcome the poison. It is a medicine check against the DC of the poison. The DC of this poison, it's a rather nasty poison. The DC of this poison is 26.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a really high medicine skill check though.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't really matter with the dice the way I roll.
So of the 3 of
But
you,
I can try.
who looks the worst off?
Probably
It's not me.
Fairel?
Probably me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
Alyut comes and treats your wounds, or attempts to. So let me go ahead
Great.
and roll a d20 for him.
Can I roll one as well to help? To help myself?
Yes, but in this case, you don't need to. He succeeded on the check, so you will get a
good.
+2 bonus to your fortitude save.
Oh,
You
excellent.
can't stack that. The only thing you could do, which would be better, would be to get a critical success. But I think that's probably impossible unless you roll a 20.
Okay.
Do it.
So roll for fortitude.
Yeah, but before we do that, we'll have everyone roll. Alyut will try and treat someone else as well. Bonnie, what's your medicine bonus?
My medicine is 15 now.
15. Well, yours is actually slightly better than Alyut's. His is only 12.
Okay. Okay.
So, you might want to try the others.
Okay, I'll do that. Right now.
So we.
Roll 20. You and I are going to have words.
Oh.
All right, dirty 20.
Not going to do it?
Just kidding. I love you, roll 20. You're lovely.
So I'm assuming that's on Don Doom. Start with him.
Yeah, sure. Don Doom.
And then Ingot. You want to try on Ingot real quick?
There we go.
All right, so
That's
Ingot will get
30.
a +2 bonus as well. So
Sweet.
I need all three of you now to roll fortitude saves.
Okay. And it was +3?
+2.
+2? So.
Yeah.
What was that DC again?
26.
26. Oh, I hit 26. Meaty beady. Meaty
Are you
beady.
kidding me? I got 25.
Oh my god.
I also got 25.
Oh no!
Oh no! All right, so the upside is Ingot's poison just ends. His just goes away.
Was there any sort of like bless effect or anything that was still in play that
your ward doesn't give a bonus to saving throws, does it? No. Then I don't think so.
Copy. As soon as Ingot feels better, you see him go, "Oh, excuse Ingot, just 1 second," and then you see him like shuffle off to that like bridge area with the pit of fire, and you see the marks of the armor are starting to glow again, and he sort of belches out fire. And he expends the energy that he had stored.
Oh.
So,
Little fire vomit.
That's a spicy taco.
so if anyone has the guidance spell, you could use that to give a bonus to a saving throw.
All the things I
Maybe
doubt
the
it.
priest.
No guidance.
Alyut doesn't have it. No, he doesn't have it.
Dang it.
prepared. It's not
I do
in
not
his.
have
It's not
it.
in his list.
Alyut.
All right.
You know,
Alright.
I can just go ahead and change myself into a tree now that I have this cool staff. And just like, you know, I don't think the poison would affect me if I was a giant tree right in the middle of the game. That's a great loophole, right, Jason?
Kind of. Don Doom, you take 6 points of damage. And Fairel,
Okay.
you take 13 points of damage.
Ooh, wee.
Okay.
So-
okay.
So in an effort to keep this clean and moving quickly, how many hit points do each of you have left?
I'm at
8.
49.
8.
All right. So Don, it doesn't really matter how much damage I do to you. It's not going to kill you. You only have 2 rounds left. Fairel is the one who is in danger. I'm not going to bother with yours anymore, Don. Even if you fail both of them, it won't matter. The poison will end before it knocks you unconscious. So you might be hurt, but it doesn't really matter.
I can
However,
life
Fairel
boost.
is at 8 hit points, so that's a problem. Life boost?
I
Yes, life
cast
boost.
life boost, one of my hexes. So you get 6 HP now, and then 6 HP later for
All right.
4 rounds.
Excellent. Oops.
So, Fairel,
do that.
why don't you go ahead and try a medicine check on yourself again? I'll do one from the priest. The priest failed. But you know what? It makes more sense for him to aid you anyway. Oh, you failed as well. Okay.
Bonnie.
But define fail, like
Like,
just kidding.
So at
you
this
didn't make
point now,
Wait.
yeah.
Technically, since it's a new session, do I get my halfling luck back? Or no, we're still on the
No,
same
that's once per day.
day.
You get a hero point back though.
I feel like we've been in here in this cave a long time, Jason. There is no sun out, sun down.
Yeah.
It feels like a whole week has gone by. All right,
Yeah.
but in fact, it's just been scant moments. So, here's
Understood.
the thing, Bonnie, you're going to need to make another fortitude save, unless someone else has something else they can do to boost your abilities.
Yes. Well, Ingot's going to try a long shot. And you
Okay.
see him. He's already been sort of casting as things have been sort of going wrong. And then he comes up to you, Fairel, and just sort of touches you on the arm. And you see that Ingot's nails with their elemental abilities sort of like seep in and around you with this chromatic armor. It's going to be random, so I'm using a 3-action spell. If we get green, it will take your poison damage, but we'll see.
So here's the thing. This actually does fire damage, not poison damage.
Oh,
so
okay,
you want
okay.
the fire
So we want
resistance,
red.
Yeah.
All right, so I get to roll 3 times. 1
Yep.
is red, 2 is orange, 3 is yellow, 4 is green, 5 is blue, 6 is indigo, 7 is violet, 8... Oh, wait, what is 8? I don't know. 5. So, blue. Sonic. You're sonic resistant.
Great.
Gotta go
Nobody's
fast.
screaming. Yeah.
7. Violet. It's force. Oh, please.
Nope. One more.
6. Oh, no. Indigo. Mental.
Oh, great. It's like, I don't know how that's going to help, but I appreciate your spirit.
However, I do have something that can help myself, at least so I don't die this round. Bring up my little stats because I still have Vital Beacon initiated, so I'm gonna touch myself.
All right.
It's diminished. The power's diminished, but because I've used it twice already, but I will get 4d6 hit points.
Okay.
Of something.
Which is good because you still
15.
have 3 rounds of this to go. So
Yeah, so I actually could just heal myself a whole bunch, right? Can I do that? Can I just keep touching myself?
You
That sounds
conceivably
weird.
could. Yeah. So what's your hit points up to now?
Now I'm at 30 with that.
30.
Or yeah. I'm at-
Plus the 6 for my life boost every turn.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry, 9. Oh yeah, plus 6. So I'm at 35. I'm feeling great.
So
Oh, no.
even if you fail all of them, it would be 31. So we'll just call it done instead of sitting here making drama out of nothing.
All right.
So
so that means I'm down
all-
to 4 health points.
Well, no,
Sure.
you get a total of 24 from me, so cumulative. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So ultimately, what ends up happening is the poison works its course through all of you, but with your dedicated healing efforts, and Alyut's there doing medicine and trying to treat the wounds, you manage to survive. You're all pretty exhausted and pretty beat up from that, but you have managed to survive. Alyut, once the poison has finally worked its way through you, and you all kind of collapse with exhaustion on the floor, Alyut just sits down next to all of you and says, "Boy, that thing was terrifying. It's kept me in here for weeks now, and I dared to try and strike out at it once, but honestly, it spit at me, and I ended up pretty badly hurt. So I've just been staying in my chambers. That's where she wanted me to stay anyway. So hi, how are you? How did you defeat the Lady of Flames? Did you see her? Is she out there?
Oh, no.
No.
So wait, there's another thing? Oh, sorry. There's another thing? That was both Bonnie and Fairel going, wait, WTF?
Yeah, can we get a glass of water for Fairel here? Yeah, your voice. Is
Yeah.
I don't have much, and at this he invites you back into his weird sanctum back here.
Weird sanctum's my favorite.
He kind of makes his way back, and if you will follow him up there, you will light up the space.
All right.
So, what you see is a weird sort of crypt. There are bones placed inside the walls. You can kind of see those off to the sides here. And
Interesting.
Hold on. Turning off Ingot's aura. Sorry. Yeah, no worries. There are these bones that are built like into the wall, like an ossuary, right? Of all these human skulls and femurs and all sorts of stuff. In the back wall, there are a number of niches which have wrapped or entombed bodies that are kind of stacked high in the wall in niches. There's one niche every few feet going all the way up to the ceiling in the back. And those are flanking a statue in the middle of the back room that is of a human figure, and half the statue looks like it's made out of like a black marble, and the other half looks like it's made out of a white marble, despite the fact that they are the same. It's clearly the same figure, and it is holding out its hands, and it has the symbol of Nethys around its neck, and it doesn't take much for anyone who is trained in religion realizes it as a statue of Nethys. But all of that weirdness pales in comparison to what's in the middle of the room. So in the middle of the room is what looks like a sarcophagus of some sort. However, it doesn't have a traditional lid. Instead, it looks like it had a glass cover over it, allowing you to look inside the sarcophagus. However, that cover has shattered. Inside the glass sarcophagus is a number of really, really ancient-looking pieces of stone. One of which looks like a headrest. So, long and the short, before there were pillows, there were these like curved pieces of stone with a stand that you would literally just put your head on and sleep like that with your head raised a little. But there's one of those
it's also
down
good
at the
for
bottom.
keeping a hairstyle.
That's right, yeah. There's one of those down in there, but it is broken into a number of pieces. And then the thing that immediately drew your attention, floating above this, hanging in the air, is a crack in space. There is literally a rift floating above this headrest. And from this rift, you see swirls of wind, motes of stone floating, gushes of water, and bursts of flame. It looks like some sort of elemental rift is floating in the middle of this room. Alyut comes in. It's also the only source of illumination in here. Alyut comes in here, sits down in the corner, and is just looks at it and is like, well, suppose that could probably use with some explaining. But you said you wanted water, and he goes over to the wall where there is a tiny spigot that looks like it's tapped into the groundwater that's just dripping. It's not actually a faucet, it's just a pipe, and it's just dripping water, and he's got it in a little catch basin, and he's like, I'm afraid I use most of it to put you out, but I do have... He's got like a sip. It's like a quarter of a cup. It's not much. That's how much has come out in the past 15 minutes.
Well,
so if you're
thank
thirsty,
you for helping us with that. With the we needed it earlier more than we do now. But I'll take that and I'll hand it to Fairel. Pass it over.
I'm afraid I can't be much of a gracious host. I'm afraid I don't have anything to offer you to eat unless you're interested in some of these beetles I've been catching. And he kind of holds up a bag that's squirming.
Okay, no, we're not eating that.
Perhaps.
You get used to them. I've been living off of them for a month.
Perhaps you could explain
Would you like some bread?
He looks at you. You have bread?
We had some extra from breakfast.
He kind of
People,
falls
there is
on
a
his
rift
knees
in the
before
room.
you. Please, I'm so tired of beetles.
Enjoy.
They're awful and they get caught in my teeth and they wiggle. And he takes the bread from you and just gobbles it down. Oh,
Also,
that's delicious.
while you're breaking a fast with the bread, could you possibly explain this giant crack in time and space? Just, out of curiosity. This.
Oh, yes. Yes. He goes back to the corner and sits down and he says, my name is Alyut. I am the priest of this shrine. I inherited it from my master when he passed away last spring. Where to begin? Oh, it started when my master passed away. Grumbeer. He was the previous keeper of this place, and when he passed, I took over. It is the tradition here. There is never more than one or two priests and an acolyte. It is a small shrine dedicated to the all-seeing eye, to Nethys. But
So. Go ahead.
I've been doing my best to keep things clean and tidy and to offer praise to Nethys, and I thought that perhaps I could enhance the stature of this place, that I could bring more people to come and worship here, that I could make this a true center for learning, a place that might be studied and regarded well in Nethys' name, that perhaps it would even help the people of Zaltier, and it was a simple spell that I found in my master's tome, and
no.
I mean, although it takes quite a bit of time and a lot of effort to cast, I practiced the incantations but I was not strong enough. My faith in Nethys was not powerful enough.
Oh.
That's when I had an idea. And he kind of looks towards the sarcophagus. If I might use one of the holy relics, perhaps it would enhance the power of my spell. Nethys was
Alyut.
said to sleep in the inn above, in that headrest. He kind of looks inside. His head
Alyut, did
rested upon
you
it.
break this glass?
No, the spell did.
That you
I thought
cast, okay.
I might use the headrest as a component of the ritual. That I might beseech Nethys to help. But it did not go as planned. I was hoping to call some elemental servitors to help around the temple. They would become an attraction. People would come and see the bound elementals that would serve the temple of Nethys all to his glory. But
Well, I know you said
more than
that
I
the
bargained
spell,
for.
I know you said that the spell broke the glass, but spells don't kill people. People do. So ultimately, this is your fault, and we should probably find a solution. That's the old saying, anyway.
Yes, I mean, when the ritual was complete, the gateway opened. It worked, but what came through was beyond my power to control. 4 powerful elemental creatures came rushing forth.
4?
Yes, well, I mean, there was a creature made of earth. He came through first, and looking rather angry about being drawn through, he burrowed into the floor. He was the one who smashed the glass and vanished into the stone, melding with it, disappearing into the earth below. Next, a powerful powerful storm came raging through, and it blew out of this place and caused a tremendous storm to settle in on the temple. Moments later, a creature of water surged forth, looking at me and it, almost with regret. And it vanished into the pipes, into the water table nearby, and I don't know where it went. But the last creature, she was the worst. She came through the portal and demanded to know why I had summoned her. She, unlike the others, she was fire made flesh. And she abused me. She imprisoned me here. She put servitors to watch me. She said that she did not want to go back, that the other fools would likely return here and try to go home, but she would not. She wanted to bring fire to here. She wanted to make this place her new home. Here she could build her domain. Here she could rule supreme. But to do so, she would need someone who was here, someone who was from this place, who would willingly bring her here. Her link to here is only temporary. It is only a tether. It is by this gateway that she can remain. If it were to close, she would be drawn back.
It would get her away from Imra.
That's what I was
Imra.
thinking. It must be the spirit that possessed
Young Imra?
little Imra.
Oh no. Is she okay?
For now.
What happened to Imra? Explain,
She's all right
please.
now.
Well, okay, so she started being able to emit little fire motes, and I think that might have attracted your bigger fire lady to her, and then she became enveloped in flame, but then we defeated sort of the flame minions around her. It was pretty bad, actually. Again, this is all pretty much, as Fairel said, your fault. She's fine now. She's at home resting. But yeah, you did a big boo-boo, mister, and we gotta fix this up.
Every time you say that, he's just like, yes, I am to blame, yes.
Well, I mean, but the good news is that you can probably fix this. So you've been buried down here for quite a long while. The village thought you were buried alive, sadly, or are no longer with us, which we're very glad that you are. But just so you're aware, the entire village has started to develop magical powers, probably because of this tear that you've created. So the sooner we close it, the better, because your village is pretty much going into chaos.
Yes,
He
and not
looks
just
at you
from
with-
fire, but from their own schemes and such.
He looks at you with worry in his eyes. He says, yes, it does not surprise me that he sought out someone so young, she sought out Imra to open the gateway, to make her connection here permanent. But you said that Imra is now safe. What happened?
Well, that is what led us here to you. We defeated this elemental creature that was surrounding her and followed it back when it retreated to this shrine.
No, but that does explain much. You did not defeat the mistress of flame and ash. You did not defeat the lady. No.
It's a difference of opinion.
You merely severed her connection to Imra. That is why she came back here in her wrath. Just a day ago, she came back here in a fury. Her connection had been severed. She had to come back to the portal and rest. And she was here and smoked me and drove me into unconsciousness. She beat me with her flames and screamed how my meddling had failed her. I did not know what she had spoken of. I did not understand, but just a few hours ago, she had regained her strength and left here. She fled once more, saying that this time she would burn that place to the ground.
Hey team, can we not mention that we took a little nap after that? Because we really could have avoided all of this if we just had not napped. Anyway, well, where do you think she headed out to?
We could really use a nap right now.
But if we take another nap, will more chaos ensue?
If you drove her from Imra, she would not be able to try that host again. She will have to find another. but I suspect that this time she will not go subtly. She will attempt to create the flames needed to make her connection, make her domain permanent as quickly as possible. But even then, it will still take time. Her magic here is not what it could be, and she will still need to regain her strength. But that is not the biggest problem. If we are to seal her away, if we are to send her and the other elementals back, I will need to prepare the ritual. That will take some time. And once I begin, she will know it has begun and can possibly come and stop me. The ritual is not short. So, boy, he just sits down and looks troubled. I can return to the altar above and prepare the ritual. It will take me some time to do so. But once it begins, you will have to keep her distracted. You will need to go and face her again.
So we need to go and find a new host she's planning on attaching herself to, correct? Or maybe catch her before she finds a new host. Don and I have been on fire quite a bit this week, and it didn't fare so well for us, so I think we're pretty safe about being a host. I don't think she'd like us very much. But that leaves the rest of the village.
Well, if we are to have any hope at all, we must be at our full strength. She is incredibly powerful. I did not have the skill necessary to defeat her. I can prepare this ritual to seal the gate and perhaps even repair the headrest. I think that is what is causing this magic to flow forth. It is an artifact of Nethys, after all.
Yes. Even though the magic flows through here, Ingot does need to rest, for Ingot is out of magic ability.
Yes.
Well,
I could use that as well.
I suggest you come with me, and I shall prepare. It will take me several hours to do so. In the meanwhile, you can rest and regain your strength. Hopefully, shortly after nightfall, I will be prepared and will be ready to start the ritual. But I will need to wait until you make your way to the town to defeat her. If she gets any chance of returning here and disrupting the ritual, all hope is lost.
We will defeat her.
Well, in that case, I shall return to the surface. If you will come with me, we shall go up there and I will prepare the ritual. It will take me many hours to learn it and prepare it. So Alyut takes you back up to the surface and goes up to the altar and up back on the surface here. Let me actually swap over to that map just so we know what we're looking at. Back up here on the surface, Alyut is able to walk up to the altar, and he can go up to the stone book and flip its pages, despite the fact that it's made of stone.
Okay, that's Ingot's cool. Just like,
I think we're all like that.
And he says, "Well, we can rest here. It's very bright because it is like midday at this point." But he says, "Well, we can prepare here, or we can go down below if you like. That is fine. I can take this," and he can actually lift it out of the altar. He can move it as well. So he takes it back downstairs, and allowing you all to go back down in this kind of more secluded area down in the dark there. That way, it's also more easily defendable. And he's like, "Yes, you should rest, and I will prepare the ritual as best I can." Do you have any questions? Is there anything else you need to know? I think I've told you my whole sorry tale. I've been down here for almost a month, subsisting on beetles and what water I can get from our tap to clean the relics and keep the place tidy.
You've done well, and these things are outside of your control. We're here to help.
I honestly do not know why the Lady of Ash even kept me alive. I think she believes that I am what is keeping the portal open, and that if I perish, it might close, but I don't know that that's the case, but I am fortunate enough to be left alive, so...
Obviously
Ingot is
thinks
listening.
they're of some importance.
Ingot is listening to all of this, but as he's taking some of the crystals that he's like gotten off of the wall here, and you can see that he's sort of charging them with his abjuration magic and then setting them down in a protective circle around. And Ingot is casting Alarm just at level 1. Whenever you cast Alarm, select a password. When a small or larger corporeal creature enters a spell's area without speaking the password, Alarm sends your choice of mental alert or audible alarm with the sound and volume of a handbell. And the password is going to be Battle Goat.
Battle Go!
Yay! And everyone get in. We all know it.
Yeah. So this alarm I will set in this temple area where we were, so it's protecting him casting as well as researching and us resting.
All right. So here's what happens. Alyut begins studying the book, looking at an old ritual that he thinks will undo the magic that he has created. He thinks it is a bit of a complicated spell, but he thinks he can do it, and seal this gate. It's pretty much just him dismissing his own handiwork, but he needed the book to prepare it. He didn't have the book, and he was sealed down in the dungeon.
Right.
So he's beginning to prepare that. He also, as you all bed down to rest, he says some blessings and prayers to Nethys over all of you, and you are all able to get a nice restful bit of sleep, even though it is only mid-afternoon. By the time you actually rest and get up, it is pretty late at night. I'll allow you all to re-prepare your spells. You are all back to full hit points.
Yay!
And you have the blessing of Nethys upon you. The magic of this place is slowly starting to suffuse you as well.
Yes.
Each of you may prepare an additional spell or have an additional spell slot of each level that you can cast.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Let's go.
I'll take it.
Nethys.
So if you normally get like 2/4 and 2/3, today you get 3/4 and 3/3.
Okay,
That just
I'm
makes
calling
me
it.
scared, though, because
Yeah, I think we should all join the Nethys squad because this rules.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Saying before.
Yeah.
Just so you're all aware, while we're all resting, Fang goes off to relieve himself, and as he crosses the threshold, goes roar, 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 which in wolf is battle go. And so it was fine. He did.
I'll
hit a
allow
password.
it.
Oh, gosh.
In
I don't know
addition,
why.
just-
This is such a good thing.
Just so you know, because this is our final session of this campaign, you all have 2 hero points.
Ooh,
Jason.
so
Oh.
No, it's
benevolent.
gonna be the most dangerous thing that's ever happened to us.
Yeah.
I'm so scared.
And I'm still gonna need you to
Kind
remind me
and
to use it.
giving DM you are, darling.
I'm going to
I
go
am
Full
ahead
hit
and put more.
points, full spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be fine. You're going
Bonnie and I
to
will
be
go
fine.
ahead and do our 24-hour 4th level spells. Me and Bug are rolling around in the corner doing our communing morning after we've rested, and I do another little 4th level ocular overload on myself. So a gauze of fear covers me, and it's very disturbing. And watch out, don't hit me.
All right.
Yep, I'm casting Vital Beacon because that comes in handy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the time Alyut's ready, it is actually very late at night, very early in the morning. So yeah, I mean, enough time has passed.
Right, and I will say
Xander?
that as Ingot sees Hachi and Fairel doing these preparation, Ingot is like, "Oh, Ingot should do one of these too," and sort of clacks 2 crystals together, and as they spark, little bits of like armor shoot out, and then Ingot bends down to like put them on, and they click, but it's mage armor. So as soon as they
nice.
click in place, it sort of fades. Yeah.
All right, cool.
And
Cool.
I'm casting it heightened too. So yeah.
All right.
We scared.
Okay. So
You and your
you're-
rocks
yeah.
are so fancy.
yeah.
you all wake up and start doing your preparations, getting yourselves ready for the struggle that is to come. Alyut is still poring over the book, making notes on a piece of parchment, and he as you're getting done, he's like, okay, I think I'm almost prepared. Now, what I'll need to do is the ritual has two components. The first is to repair the headstone. I think I should do that after, though. I should repair it after the gate itself has been sealed. But the moment I begin the ritual to seal the gate, the Lady of Ashes will know. All of the elementals will know. They are tethered to this crack. So the moment I begin, they will know. And if you have not engaged with her or otherwise distracted her by that point, well, she may come back and burn me to a crisp. So we need to time this carefully. And he's like, so, do we have a way of communicating? Otherwise, we should probably wait until the first ray of dawn.
We will be out in position, and when you are ready, step out of the alarm and enter it without saying the password.
Ah, very good. Yes, that will work. I will wait inside, and I will give you, the hour necessary to get back to town. And after 1 hour, I shall step out, and then you know that I am heading to start the ritual. So you have a minute after that point to engage with the lady, and then that way she is distracted and will not come and destroy me. Which would be unfortunate. I really am not interested in that.
You have done amazing things and survived very long. We are sorry to ask you to stay here for even longer, but we shall fix what you have done.
And yes, exactly. The other side of the coin, you did some really, really bad things, and if you die now, you probably will go to the bad place. I mean, Bug has told me all about it. It's pretty rough. I mean, I love it, but you would probably not feel good about it. So yeah, we're gonna do both of those things. Praise you and say it's your fault.
But
He's
on
like,
the upside,
yes.
the village is actually going to be very excited that you're alive.
Well, they will be until they find out what I've done. But I hope they can find it in their hearts to forgive me. I really did not mean for any of this to happen.
Well, if we can make sure that this happens and, that everything goes as planned, perhaps that will redeem you in their eyes. In a way. Somewhat. Perhaps.
Or
perhaps I hope.
There may be even a job for you as an enigma in the future. These are powerful magics that you have meddled.
Okay, let's not invite him to our club just yet.
He's like, well,
see how this pans out.
I am a loyal servant to Nethys, and that has always been my first calling, but it appears that I could use more training before I am leading a temple. But anyway, time is short. You should go. I will be ready.
We leave.
All right. So, you begin. You leave the shrine to Nethys, the Mage's Rest, and you begin the trek through the desert back toward the town of Zaltier. It is late at night. It's about 2 a.m. or so, and the stars are twinkling up overhead. It's a cloudless night, very, very, very bright out. And as you make your way across the starlit dunes back towards the town of Zaltier, you kind of look back at all of the events that led you here. The quest being given to you by the college, arriving at the town and finding all these townsfolk kind of not really knowing what's happening to them and muddling their way through, well, frankly, a bunch of random magical gifts, and some did well with them, and some did not. But in the end, right? It was mostly by their nature, right? Good people did good things, bad people did bad things.
Am I getting an alarm? What is?
Goat herders made battle goats. Neutral people did neutral things. But all in all, it wasn't the magic that caused them harm. It was their very nature. And a little bit of chaos and meddling from outsiders as well. So thinking back to Valtiris, so you begin the journey, and as I said last time, it takes about an hour or so to make the long trek through the desert back to the town. And as you draw close, it's still a few hours to dawn, and you crest a hill overlooking the town. And it appears that Alyut was not exaggerating, because the Lady of Ashes has apparently been hard at work in your absence.
In the town?
No longer willing to wait or play the long game, slowly and cautiously getting the confidence of young Imra. No, this time she has found another host, one who was apparently far more willing to succumb to her wiles. And as
wait,
crest
don't say. We have guesses. Okay, so Michelle, who do you think in the town has been possessed by the fire spirit?
It's obviously the rich guy. What's his name? Alistair. We can remember his name. Alistair.
Ventarius.
Why did I just? Yeah, Ventarius.
You know what? What about the lady from Jewel of Jeanneret? Because we never really found out her gift. What if she was just waiting?
She must have a town fire. Okay.
It was her bird.
That could be it too.
Her bird.
What was your guess?
The bird. Oh well, my guess.
The bird?
I was thinking Rastavan. I don't know why.
Oh, that would be cool.
Okay.
Oh no, we like him though.
Yeah.
Bonnie, what's your guess? Come on.
Yeah.
Ventarius was my guess, but Fairel still thinks there's a phoenix involved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
Okay, continue.
You're kind of right. So as you crest the hill and look down over the town, you see floating up above the town, surrounded by a nimbus of flame, is a figure that's hard to see from this distance.
Okay.
Definitely human-shaped. You can't really make out who it is. But surrounded by flame. And just as you look, the figure suddenly bursts into flame, forming a gigantic dragon made of blue fire. The dragon roars out over the town, and fire begins raining down onto the town. It's smoke and flames rising up to fuel the dragon. This is what you see as you look down at the town of Zaltier, is this gigantic fiery blue dragon. What do you do?
Pee.
Oh.
Run away!
Okay, everyone, hey now. Everyone calm down. We know this is a manifestation of an ethereal figure. It's gonna be fine. We just need to let's just go to the tail part, because that's probably where it's emanating from. Maybe just that bottom bit. I don't think we can hit the top part. It's real far away. So, I mean, we could use magic, but I'm just saying maybe find the source, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe do some perception to try to see if we can follow where it's coming from.
Yeah, and if you could notice us for a little bit, that'd be great.
So what's happening right now is this titanic flame dragon is just swooping around the town, and as it does so, fire is raining from its wings, and it's so hot, it's this kind of blue flame, and as it falls into the town, the bricks and the roofs just burst into flames. The entire town is burning, and as this is happening, the kind of ground itself is starting to heat up. You can tell that what Alyut described was that the Lady of Ashes needed to make this place her home, and it looks like she is indeed bringing that to pass. So as you kind of rush down from the hill, you can tell that the ground itself is starting to scorch and burn. And I mean, it's centered on the town, right?
Ingot turns to Hachi and is just with a panicked look. Can you amplify your voice and tell the civilians to come here? Perhaps if we can get them out of the village, we could get them to some safety.
I absolutely can. I forgot I could use my powers to help people. All right, fine. So I use my bullhorn cantrip. It's a cantrip. Duration's 10 minutes. And I just yell loudly, "Your town is going to be completely on fire in like 5 seconds. Please evacuate your homes, make your way to the hills, and get away from this place. Don't worry, we're probably going to save it. If we don't, we know whose fault it was. We'll let you know about that in just a minute." Okay, now go. Be very scared.
Oh my gosh. Please stay tuned for assignment of blame. So you call out to the people of Zaltier, and already you can hear kind of panicked cries and kind of shouts and screams as people are running hither and yon trying to get out of the burning town. And it's not, to be clear, it's not an inferno, but it's clearly getting there. There's like fires all over the place.
Thank you for flying, Village Zaltier. Please exit here, and here. And
yeah, no, that's right. Yeah. Leave all of your personal belongings. Just go.
Yeah.
So, but all of this is clearly centered over the town. Can all of you give me a perception check?
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Do I have to?
17.
Ooh,
16.
20.
Let's see. 22. Ooh.
So, Hachi and Fairel, the two of you notice that the figure that you can't quite make out is kind of within the tail of this thing. It's flowing out. It's holding up its arms, and the dragon is kind of flowing up out of it. And it is kind of floating over the center of town.
Okay.
Which is right near the drowsy camel. right near the well.
Narissa.
I hope not. No, I think it's still Venturious Fig. He just likes to stay close to the palm ale.
Also, as a point of order, I don't think it's a fountain anymore. It's like a spigot.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, no, it got morphed. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Okay, everyone, let's head to the fountain. That's probably where we can get a better view of the culprit here.
Okay, so you rush down to the town and begin racing through the streets of Zaltier. Let's go back to the town map here. And so the four of you kind of come in from this angle up here. You're not entirely sure where anybody is right now, but that is where you're at. So you're coming in into the town from the north, making your way to the town center. You rush in. There's fire kind of everywhere. So many plumes that I didn't put them on the map because it would have made it hard to see. But suffice to say, there's smoke and fire everywhere. There's like billowing clouds of kind of choking smoke making their way through the town. And as you make your way into this first intersection here, you get to that first intersection and you pass by Imra's house and you see Imra and her mother, Imra in her mother's arms as they are fleeing the town.
Get out of here.
Imra is clearly not the source.
Good.
So
she's safe.
But you make your way to this intersection, and the dragon that's swooping overhead, it suddenly swoops really low towards you, and you can hear this nightmarish voice, the voice that came out of Imra, scream, "You again! You won't stop me this time!" And the dragon reels back and unleashes a gout of flame, bathing the entire square, hitting all of you. Can all of you please give me a reflex save?
Yes. Ingot has a bonus to the reflex.
Need luckier dice today. All right.
I rolled a 21.
Nice.
26. 22.
Also 26.
Yeah.
23.
All right. Well, the flame washes through the square. All of you made your save. No one crit made it, but all of you succeeded. Some of you dead on. But I'm going to go ahead and roll the damage. Here we go. After rolling 8d6, take 36 points of damage divided in half, so that's 18 each. 18 points of fire damage.
Okay. Think I'm feeling real glad we took a nap, y'all.
Yeah.
That nap feels real good. All right, I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right. So the dragon kind of strafes the square. It just kind of swoops past, breathing fire in a cone that just strafes the entire square, hitting all four of you, and then soars back to continue seeding flame around the town. And you are able to continue making your way towards the town square.
I will say that as we're moving forward, Ingot looks over at Dond and just gives like a nod of, we can help, and pulls out his crystal to cast Ray of Frost as a cantrip and just starts putting out the flames to...
Oh, sure.
Oh,
yeah, here and there that helps a little. I mean, the scope of the devastation in town is such that
As
would
make
be
our
a
way.
long process. But yeah.
yeah.
So
I do that.
You begin making your way closer to the center of town, and as you are approaching the figure that is indeed floating right near the fountain, you still can't quite make it out. It's wreathed in flame, but it's still a little far away. As you get closer to the tail of this thing, you feel just terror, waves of terror coming off this thing, because it is in fact a terrifying fire dragon, and it's kind of waves of fear are washing over you. So I need everyone to give me a will save.
Oh.
I rolled a 22
17.
again.
23.
I rolled a 13.
A 13. Well, lucky for you, that's not a crit fail, but it is real close.
Yeah.
So, who had a 17? That's a fail as well. Yep. So the two of you failed. The other two, you made it. You beat 22, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So the two of you
I
that
got
failed,
exactly 22.
yeah,
Meaty,
that's a
meaty.
success.
Yeah, I know. I
So
just wanted to clarify.
Yeah. So here's how it works. The two of you who failed are frightened 2. The two that made it are frightened 1. I will explain how that's going to work, but you can't get rid of it quite yet. Your frightened condition is going to stick, at least for the moment. So what frightened is going to do is, for the time being, your all of your D20 rolls and all of your DCs take that number as a penalty. So your spell DCs are too lower, your attack rolls are too lower, damage rolls are fine, but like anything involving a D20 and DCs are going to take that penalty. So, however, it didn't stop your advance. It didn't cause any of you to flee because none of you crit failed. So you're able to continue your advance. Instead, you're just frightened.
Okay.
All right.
If we're out of like an initiative order, then Ingot will already start casting Protective Ward, since that's sort of that's his frightened response.
So as you are making your way into this, if folks want to cast a spell before they enter the square, you may do so.
Hard choice. I'm gonna cast haste on Dawn Doom.
Good call.
Okay.
Good call.
All right, so we got a protective ward going up. We got a haste going up. Don, are you casting anything? All your stuff is an attack spell, right?
I think
everything's pretty much an attack. I mean, I can do like a shield cantrip in case I get,
Do it.
before
You
that.
can use-
Bring up a
Yeah,
shield.
you can have it up at the beginning. Yeah, sure.
no, I don't want to do mine yet because the duration of what I want to do only lasts a round, so I would want to wait.
All right. Okay. So, the four of you rush into the center of town. Let me make sure I got everything centered right here. There we are. Let me go ahead and move you over to the correct map.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that is huge.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no!
It's fine.
Oh.
Now that we're closer, can we make out the form of the person? Or no?
Yes. So as you go rushing into the town square, you see that, and mind you, this isn't necessarily here. It kind of swoops from here and around town. But it's a good representation because this is where it's centered from. So the dragon, its tail is always tethered to this place because it flows down, landing on the ground just south of the shrine itself. And there, this pillar of fire kind of, as it reaches the ground, returns to kind of red. And you notice, by the way, as the blue flames kind of fall from the sky, the fires they form are red burning flames. And the figure that is engulfed, floating in the fire, enlarged to gigantic size, is that of Zaltier.
Yeah!
Floating in the flame.
There was a reason he was mean the whole time.
Ventarius, yeah.
Of course it's him.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah. Who cares?
Viltarius.
Yeah, I don't mind hurting
What's
him.
his name?
Ventarius, yeah.
Ventarius, yes.
Fig.
So Ventarius Fig is standing there. He is surrounded by a nimbus of flame, and it occurs to me that I don't think that's turned on for you to be able to see it. So let me go and make sure that you can see that. Let's see. There we go. All right, there we are. So he is surrounded by an aura of flame. He is also supernaturally large. He's not human size. He's like 10 feet tall, and surrounded by flames. And he's like, I have joined with my new mistress. She will be my bride, and we shall burn this world to ashes.
Oh, great.
Can I get you all to roll initiative, please?
Okay, I'm just like, ooh, gross. Ooh. No, thank you.
This would be 2 less, right? Because of the frightened 2.
Yes, the frightened will kick in now.
Oh, damn, you're right.
And we're using perception, I assume, right?
Yep, 22.
Yes.
So mine with the -2 is a dirty 20.
Also dirty 20. Wow!
Really? Did we all
yeah.
get dirty 20s? Did you get one too, Don?
I got a 19. I was close.
Oh, wow.
All right, so let me go around and get him. Fairel, what did you get, a 20?
Dirty 20.
Don, what did you get?
19.
Ingot?
Dirty 20.
And Hachi.
Also dirty 20.
Oh, wow.
We're also dirty.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so, Hachi, Ingot, Fairel, which one of you wants to go first?
Ingot can go first.
Okay.
Because Ingot will set up the perimeter, and then you can get into my aura.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll go third. If you want to go
Okay,
first. Second, Bunny.
I'm gonna go. Yeah. I'll go second. Okay, perfect.
So, Farrell's going second, Hachi's going first, and Ingot's going third? I get that right?
Ingot's going first.
Ingot's first. I got it backwards. Okay.
And I'm third. Yeah.
Ingot's first, Hachi's third. Okay. So,
And Don is always last.
And Don is at the bottom of the order. All right.
Always.
So,
Okay, we can buff you first.
let me also roll one of these. Okay. Okay. All right. I've got my turn order set. Top of the order, Ventarius goes. So, the first thing, the Chelaxian noble possessed by a fire spirit, the first thing he does is he moves his hands around and throws balls of flame. He's going to throw 2 balls of flame. He's going to throw one at Don Doom and one at Fairel. So let me see. I'm gonna throw the first one here. Let's see. Okay, just looking at my stats here. They aren't fully integrated. All right. Let me go ahead and roll this. 5 plus 19. Don Doom does a 24 hit.
You have a +1 from Ingot.
It does not hit.
Yes.
Yay!
24 misses.
Yay!
24 misses, yes.
Damn it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hold on just a second. I forget if frightened applies to AC.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I don't think it should. It shouldn't affect what you're wearing. Oh, I'm covered in fear. Oh, it's coated everywhere. Oh.
I'm with Bonnie on this one.
Yeah. London and I agree.
So it applies to all of your checks and DCs, and armor class is a DC. So does a 24 hit your AC with your AC being too lower?
It just
does. All right.
hits.
All right.
We tried.
Shenanigans.
Indeed. So many shenanigans. Okay. Let's see. All right. There it is. Okay. So it is not a critical hit, but it is going to do 5d4 damage. Let me go ahead and get that.
Oh.
Okay.
Plus, is there anything else added to that? 5d4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier. Okay, so 5d4 plus 4. Okay, so take 17 points of damage from the fire that he throws at you, and then he's going to throw another bit of flame at Fairel. This one's going to be at a penalty though, so let me go ahead and roll the die. An 11 plus 14 is a 25.
Yeah, you hit me.
All right. Take 18 points of damage from that blast of flame.
Okay.
And then, let's see. We'll... you know what? We'll call that good. All right. That is the end of Ventarius' turn. He laughs at you. You notice that the drowsy camel is engulfed in flame right now.
Oh no!
And in fact, looked like the place where the front of it is entirely blown out and burned, and it looks like that is in fact where Ventarius first emerged. All right. That was Ventarius' turn. Ingot.
Ingot is going to spend one action to continue the protective ward and increase it 5 feet. So I'll increase the aura. How? And then he looks forward at Dond, who took a bit of damage, and is like, "Before you take off," and will slam his foot again into the ground, where a gem reveals, popping up, and he'll touch the back of Dond's coat, and this gem starts zooming around, and I'm casting Shattering Gem again on Don Doom.
I like this one. Thank you, Ingot.
Be careful. And it's a 10 HP version.
All right. That was Ingot's turn. Next up, Fairel.
Okay. So,
I'm assuming you're mounted, by the way.
I am.
So we'll just take Fang and put Fang over here in the corner.
Perfect. I am going to initiate act together.
Yeah, sure.
I'm trying to think here. My Eidolon's Wrath, it doesn't say. It's just a focus spell. It is 2 actions, though, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought, but it didn't. In the book, it didn't have like the symbols there that shows you how many actions it takes to cast. I think this spell has a range of 120 feet, so I think I can definitely do this. I am going to aim directly at Ventarius Fig and cast Flower Power and do that Petal Storm again. Because if we can just keep giving him continual damage every round, that would be lovely.
Okay.
So let's do some Petal Storming around him. He's going to have to do a, I believe it's a reflex save, but I'm aiming it directly at him, so it should do a 15-foot radius burst around him.
Okay, so remember that spell does stick around. So if you if you put it all around him, none of your allies will be able to get up next to him to attack him. Not without taking damage.
Oh, but are we attacking the dragon?
Well,
I figured.
I mean,
oh well.
Maybe if you put it back a little bit, you can keep it attacking him, and he'd still be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the
okay, let's do that.
dragon is emanating from him and is much higher up. It's on there to look menacing, but it's actually much higher up. It's not like blocking your way.
Understood.
Ventarius
move
is
it.
about 5 feet above the ground and back there.
Fine. Let's move it back a little bit. That way, the spell we can get a little bit closer, and
Okay.
we'll
Sure.
move the spell back a little bit to where it'll still
Sure.
hit him.
So I am gonna go into the map here, and I'm gonna draw using. We'll do this in green. So you're gonna draw a 15-foot kind of circle around him.
I'll aim it like towards the right of him, or yeah, that'll work. We'll do that. We'll hit his
You
backside.
want to just like back there?
Okay. I was thinking actually if we can move it up to the right a little bit, like getting like half of his side and his back, and that way because if where it is now, he could just move forward. So I'd like to kind of make it a little bit more difficult for him to get out of it. So move it up and to the right a little bit, maybe, and that way we can still get close enough to.
Up and to the right, so like here?
Like so, I can't show. Yeah, just like that.
Okay.
You good. That's where I want it.
All right.
Take that.
Okay. There we go.
Reflex save.
That'll work. Okay. So let me go ahead and do a reflex save. Oh, the easiest way for me to do this is just going to be that. Okay. 34. Was that a 20?
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
it's almost a 20. 17. All right. So that is going to be a crit success. Yeah, that's going to be a crit success. Yeah. All right. So I take nothing. All right. But that said, now has to move and is stuck inside the Petal Storm, so has to get out of there or continue to take damage. All right. So that was 2 of your actions. Did you want to have Fang move as your other action, or was that act together, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm trying not to get out of the circle of love that Ingot has provided.
It'll be okay.
Yeah, definitely fine.
I guess I'm gonna have. Well, I can have Fang move and then attack, but he can't attack the dragon. It's too high, so I guess I can't. There's not much I can do. Because everything else everything else I want to do takes 2 actions. So
yeah, but I mean, Ventarius is still far away. That's the real problem. So even if you did want to attack him, you can't. So you can still move though, right? I mean, he's got speed.
Yeah, we're gonna move around here, so we can start getting close to attack him later.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
That is Fairel's turn. Hachi.
Okay, all right. We're all looking pretty rough here. Don, come here, buddy. And I do my little step, and I do the life boost on him. So you're getting 6 HP on your turn for 4 rounds for a total of 24.
Thank you.
And then we've got got a big fire problem over here, so let's take care of that real quick. And I cast Chilling Darkness, and I please hit. This is like my only powerful offensive spell. So I'm gonna do spell type roll. And oh baby, okay, so that is plus 15 math, 31.
31 will hit. Your ray of chilling darkness streaks across the battlefield, slamming into the gigantic flaming Vintarius.
I assume a 30 still hits, right?
Yes.
Oh right,
Just because there's the
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just checking.
Barely.
Okay, so that is 15 points of damage total. It's not. He's not celestial now, is he? He's just a regular guy. He's on fire.
Yeah, he's just regular guy.
Okay, I just checked because he was extra. That happened. So yeah, I'm just like pulling on Bug's tail. I'm like, okay, now's the time. I mean, you either defeat this one or you go back to where you came from. What up to you? And he's like, now. He goes like that and spits out the
your ray of chilling darkness slams into Vintarius. He kind of shudders for a moment, and the flames around him kind of flicker. And for just a moment, the dragon kind of wavers because it's clear that its flame is flowing out of him. So for just a moment, it wavers for a bit, and he's kind of like, you'll pay for that.
Well, maybe I won't.
Still
Who
have
knows?
one action left.
Oh, that was 3. That was 2 for Chilling Darkness and 1 for Life Boost.
Oh, life boost.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Dond
You will. Don't
Hello.
die.
Hello.
We're protecting you.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
All right.
Okay, good. Dondoom is going to he's going to move up. He's going to go. Let's try the 30 feet at first. Total of my movement that I have. He's going to rush up there. I'm hastened, right? As well.
Yes.
Yeah. So you get
From
one
earlier?
action each round that has to be a stride or a strike.
Great.
And it looks like you just
I'm
took a
going-
stride. So there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually would like to take one more stride to get a little closer here. I'm not getting super close, but a little bit closer. I'm going to go right here next to this well as Don moves up here. And from here, I would like to spell strike, a range spell strike with one of the shuriken.
Yeah.
Yes,
go
he's
boom.
going to you. Maybe he's gonna snowball it.
Yes.
Oh no.
Okay. So hopefully it works. Okay, so that is 17 plus plus 11. 28.
28.
Is that with the penalty?
That's with the penalty.
Hit.
Yes.
Boom! Let's go.
This much.
Awesome.
This much.
Because Don's shuriken are like cards, I like to imagine when you put the spell on it, it like puts like a snowball on the card that you're throwing.
Yeah.
Like a magic
It's
card.
like the 4 of snowballs. Yeah.
That makes me so happy. Oh my god! It rolled pretty well in the damage for the shuriken, so that will be okay. 1 second here. Sorry, this always takes a minute when I'm adding up all of
when
that.
it's damage, take your time.
I mean, if you just want to count all the dice as 1 to make it easier, that's fine.
I don't think I'll do that. 4th level soul. Lots of D4s.
Yeah. For snowball, quite a few, in fact.
So first 2D4. Okay. So now we have 5, 7. 7 plus 8. 15.
15.
One more set. 18. 28 total.
Ooh.
28
Nice.
total, 10 plus an additional bit because it's cold damage against Vintarius, who is now definitely vulnerable to cold. So that is going to be... All right. The shuriken goes screeching through the air, piercing through the waves of heat radiating off Ventarius. You can see as they go through, they leave behind a trail of steam, and it slams into Ventarius' shoulder, and he cries out in pain as he kind of he holds it together, and you can notice that as you are hurting him, now that you're up close, he's becoming more and more burned, like Ventarius himself is burning as you are dealing more and more damage to him. And he looks really bad right now. He looks very badly hurt. I believe you still, let's see, you moved twice and did a spell combat or spell strike.
I'm
so I
all,
think
I'm all
you're
used,
done.
used up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All
Is
right.
that including haste?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
sorry. Yeah, one.
All right. It is the end of the round. At the end of the round, you're all kind of tense, and Ventarius is throwing flames, and you're throwing spells at him, and you almost didn't notice until the creature was right on top of you. But remember, this inn is right near the river, right? The river is just off the map to the east. And coming surging out of the banks is a creature you saw some time ago. It is a water elemental. And
That's
it comes
right.
rampaging into the area.
Last time was kind of friendly, question mark?
It
You
did
did
not
it. It
attack
blocked
you.
the fire.
It helped us.
It
It
blocked the
blocked
fire
the
from
striding
helping
fire
moving.
from crossing the
Yeah.
bridge and drove it back
Yeah.
toward you. Now this creature comes surging back out into the square, and it comes into the square and throws its hands up in the air, and water just flies up out of it, drenching the dragon, drenching the entire area near here. Water is raining down from the entire area. Much of this hits Ventarius, and he kind of shies away from the flames, and his aura is diminished because of this. In fact, nope, wrong figure.
It's Falson. He's found us.
No, not quite.
Oh, the ghost of
His
Falson.
aura fades away from the water that pours out from the elemental, and the dragon becomes kind of detached. It's still up there, but it's like fading and withering, and it's still trying to throw flame around, but the water elemental is actively throwing water up at it. That's all that it does this round. It doesn't do anything else. It doesn't make attacks or anything like that. But it does come out of kind of nowhere and throw water up at this dragon.
Great.
We are now at the
One question.
Yes.
I get some hit points, right? Hachi?
Oh, yeah.
For me.
I forgot to roll for
Yeah,
that.
6. Oh, you don't roll it. You get 6.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you got,
Every
you
turn's
got
are 4
6
turns.
at the start of your turn, right? Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
All right. At the top of the order, Ventarius, it looks like he himself is burning. His body, his flesh is scorching and burning. The fires are literally consuming him, and he cries out, "No, mistress! No, I promise to serve you!" And you hear a woman's voice.
Oh no.
And she says, "The ritual is already underway. This place is already aflame. I have no more need of you." And as she says that, Ventarius burns and crumbles to ash.
Oh, buddy.
Oh,
Did we just
I
waste
just
one of
wasted a
those?
metal spell.
Yeah.
Descending from the flame in his place is a woman. She is large and towering. Her skin is red and burning. She is wearing brass armor. She has horns emerging from her head. Many of you have heard legends of creatures like this. They are the lords of the plane of fire. They are the Efreet.
Damn, girl.
Ventarius
And
got an
that-
upgrade.
And
Yeah,
that is
Ventarius
where we are
2.0.
going to take a little break.
Ah!
And when we come
I
back,
forgot that we took breaks.
that's right. That's right. We're taking a break. I'm going to let you
Okay.
stew on this terrifying knowledge. The Efreet is now facing you. we are going to take a short little break. We're going to let the cast refresh themselves before they face off against this terrifying foe. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Centuries ago, the Stellar Flare, a science vessel researching the strange dimension known as the Drift, crashed on the surface of Akaton. Now, an android with a claim to the Stellar Flare wants to find the wreck and rescue its valuable research. The Stellar Flare's remains lie in the middle of an enormous junk field filled with malfunctioning technology, inhabited by predatory creatures and fought over by territorial space goblins. And there are whispers of an enormous robot made entirely of junk that wanders the scrapyards, eager to destroy everything in his path. Can your heroes broker a peace, reach the wreckage, and defend it against an army of scavengers? Junker's Delight is a Starfinder adventure for first-level heroes, and the perfect next step from the Starfinder Beginner Box. School's in session in Kindled Magic, the first volume of the Strength of Thousands adventure path. The newest students at the venerable Magambia School of Magic must begin their academic careers with tests of their skill and resourcefulness. The heroes can learn much from their teachers and fellow students, but must be aware of mysterious secrets and sinister plots. The rigors facing any Magambia students are steep, but the heroes must also contend with strange infestations and supernatural intruders in the school's ancient halls. Education is far from easy at the oldest and most prestigious magic academy in the world. For a quick adventure for first-level characters, discover Pathfinder Bounty somewhere below. While sheltering in a cave from a storm, the player characters discover a note from a stranded spelunker in need of immediate assistance. They must navigate the hazards and creatures of the treacherous caverns if they want to help their bounty make it out alive. 2 new adventures, including An Agent's Obligation and Breaking the Storm, Parting Clouds, await members of the Pathfinder Society. Learn more at pathfindersociety.club and join a game with friends from around the world or across the table. New adventures await members of the Starfinder Society in the Year of the Data Scourge. Mission Not Found and A Waltz Through Myriad Worlds are now available. Become a Starfinder Society agent at starfindersociety.club. Whether the heroes are exploring the world-spanning woodlands of a living planet or racing inner cycles between giant trees in a dangerous high-speed chase, Starfinder Flipmat Forest Moon has you covered. Key aliens and NPCs from the Fly for Your Die adventure path come alive on your tabletop with the Fly for Your Die Pawn Collection, featuring more than 100 creature pawns of an alien, NPC, or starship from the campaign, including Edgecore bounty hunters, the Golden League's assassins, rival starships and their crews, and dozens of unique creatures. This 27 by 39-inch double-sided combat map features 2 different islands for use at your table. Don't waste your time sketching when you could be playing with Pathfinder Flipmat Bigger Island. You'll be ready next time your players make landfall. The next time your players are ready to explore a towering castle or imposing fortress, they won't have to wait for you to draw every wall or door in the complex. Pathfinder Flip Tiles Fortress Starter Set provides beautifully illustrated 6-inch by 6-inch map tiles and can be used to construct a sprawling fortification full of places for defenders to make their last stand. Find your path to friendship and adventure with these new releases and more at Paizo.com and your favorite local game store.
The games we play are the stories we create.
The fortress doors swing open,
Every story is unique.
and the sound of war drums rises.
Sometimes our stories come to us when we least expect them. We need to be ready no matter where inspiration strikes. And sometimes our stories are told over great distances. no matter where your journey leads you or how your story is told. The games we play are the stories we create. Sirenscape can help make yours epic.
Sirenscape is searchable, fast, and customizable from any device with no need to pre-install any sound. Adding epic atmosphere to your game has never been easier.
On the southern coast of Starstone Isle, not far from the town of Otari, the Gauntlet stands shrouded by cloying mists atop a centuries-old ruin in the Fogfin Swamp. Now, a pallid new light glows from within the ancient edifice, beckoning novice explorers to delve deep into the marsh to discover the truth behind the awakened radiance. The town elders of Otari say that the old lighthouse has been abandoned for ages, that the swamp itself holds little danger to the town. The town elders are wrong. Into the Mega Dungeon, the all-new Abomination Vault's adventure path for the Pathfinder role-playing game peels back layer after layer of mystery, intrigue, and terror in a 3-volume campaign of dungeon exploration and thrilling discovery, designed especially with new players in mind. The priceless plunder of long centuries awaits those bold enough to enter the sprawling Abomination Vaults. But claiming it requires facing off against a horde of hideous monsters, deadly traps, and vengeful ghosts with long memories and inhuman hungers. The Abomination Vault's adventure path works with the Pathfinder Beginner Box or Pathfinder Core Rulebook and is your perfect gateway to thrilling adventure 500 years in the making.
The Ruby Phoenix Tournament, the world's greatest martial arts contest, held in honor of the legendary sorcerer Hao Jin, the Ruby Phoenix. The final team standing in this once-per-decade contest wins a grand prize, their choice of a single item from Hao Jin's magnificent vault of treasures. This year, Hao Jin herself will preside as the grand judge. But to receive the honor of just even meeting the Ruby Phoenix, the contestants must first prove their mettle and strength in the untamed jungles of Danger Island. Only the 8 greatest teams will proceed to the metropolis of Goka to compete for the title of Ruby Phoenix champions during a year that promises to be unlike any other. Countless untold mysteries await the challengers. Will it be mysterious scoundrels like the Lightkeepers? Brave friends such as Tino's Toughest? Or will it be your team of adventuring heroes to claim the Sorcerer's Prize? Let the games begin with the Fists of the Ruby Phoenix Adventure Path.
And we're back. Well, our brave heroes have returned to the streets of Zaltier, the city engulfed in flames, a giant blue flaming dragon soaring overhead. All of these fires emerging from Vintarius, Feg, the the obnoxious, now poor, the obnoxious Chilaxian nobleman who has apparently become host to the Lady of Ashes. And
We
just as
finally
we went
get
on
his
break,
room.
yeah, that's right. You certainly get his room now.
And it's on fire.
It's on fire, but that's just a small thing, a small hurdle.
Oh,
The
London, I
Lady
think
of
you're muted.
Ashes.
Hi.
But I bet it was a good remark.
The
Unless, like, if
zinger.
it's hot, we could just turn on the AC.
Okay.
Oh my
You can
god, get out of
go
here.
back to mute.
I'm giving myself a hero point for that. All right.
Hey, no.
So, the Lady of Ashes has emerged from Vintarius. His body burst into flames and crumbled to ash before your very eyes as the Lady of Ashes emerged from him, saying that she no longer needed him, that the fires had been stoked, and now all she had to do is fan the flames. She emerges from him. She is currently floating about 5 feet in the air, right where he was. And as this is happening, the dragon up above has become kind of untethered. The water from the elemental has caused it to kind of become untethered from the Ifrit. So I'm going to take it off the map here, so that it's no longer blocking all of our view and our vision. But the elemental is still throwing water up in the air. Now, this has one useful effect to the party. Your frightened conditions will now tick down 1 at the end of your turn. So if it was 2, it'll tick to 1 at the end of your next turn. If it's 1, it'll tick to 0. So now that the dragon has been removed, the frightened condition can fade away. So just to make sure I've got everybody, Don, you have frightened 2, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to put a little skull on you with a 2. Fairel, you were frightened 1 or 2?
1. Oh, am I muted? Yeah, 1.
Ingot, you avoided it, correct?
Nope.
No,
Frightened
you were
1.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Everybody was 1 or 2. Okay.
Yeah, and I was 2.
And Hachi was 2. Okay. So help me remember that at the end of the turn, your frightened condition will drop 1. I've put those little markers on you so that we can make sure we keep them accounted for.
Excellent.
All right. Now, it is, unfortunately, her turn.
Doesn't she have summoning sickness or something?
Doesn't she? Oh, she has to first. She has to first
Not
do
at all.
damage.
Yeah, wrong game. All right, so she is going to fly up into the air. So I am going to put a marker on here. I'm going to put a blue marker on her, and I'm going to put the number 6 on it to indicate that she is 6 squares up or 30 feet. So she goes flying up into the air.
Does she take damage
will take
first
some
from the
damage.
petals form?
Yeah, let me make her reflex save from the petals, because she kind of appeared in it. But a 29 means she's going to take half damage. So what's the petals do?
The petals it is a cloud of razor sharp flower petals take 2d10 slashing damage.
All right. You want to go ahead and roll that 2d10 and I'll take half of it?
I will do this right now. 7.
So she emerges from the storm of petals, having taken just like a single cut across her cheek. And the blood that drips down her cheek kind of bursts into flame and smokes as she looks down at it and looks up at all of you with kind of a wry smile. She floats up into the air out of reach, and from that lofty height, she is going to throw some fire down at Don Doom. Here we go.
We're used to being on fire, Don Doom. It's okay. We can take it.
It happens.
This is second nature to us now.
It hits.
So that is a 28. The damage there is incorrect though because it's not heightened properly. So you are going to take 5d4 plus 5 or plus 4.
There's also a shattering gem that is on Dond that it needs to make a DC 11 flat check to see if it blocks.
All right.
Okay. Let's see. I'm not using this dice anymore. I can need another.
Oh.
Okay.
To jail.
DC 11 flat check.
Yeah.
That's a 15.
Yes, okay.
All right.
So it has 10 hit points that it can take, and it'll explode, but there aren't any enemies nearby to take it.
Got you. So
So
I'll only take
Don-
4.
You only take 4, yeah. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
So she flies
And the
up
gem.
into the air and throws a small ball of flame down at Don Doom, and that is the end of her turn. Let me put her back into the initiative order because I had her in there as Vintarius, but he's dead. Okay.
He's with Felsan in a farm upstate.
Yes. He went to a farm upstate. Yes. All right, Ingot, it is your turn.
Yes, and I'm going to do something, this is just flavor, because I'm going to use 2 actions to move, but with this water elemental coming through and sort of dousing flames everywhere, Ingot's using the cantrip of Ray of Frost to sort of Iceman across the water over to Don Doom. And then for the last action, we'll continue the protective ward, increasing it 5 feet. So
All
yeah,
right.
Ingot sort of skates over there in the desert and takes up behind Dond.
So you have come up next to the fountain and are warding Dond. Fairel, it is now your turn.
Okay. Okay. So she's up in the air, correct?
Yeah, she is out of the petal storm now because she's above it.
Yeah. I figured that much, and that also means that Fang can't really attack her. She's too high.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna use my favorite spell.
Oh, the storm.
And call my animal allies. I want all the birds and insects to just start attacking her. Because it's awesome. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. And that's a basic reflex save.
So remember,
I can't
animal
reach
allies
her.
is around you.
Oh yeah.
Not around.
Oh,
her.
that's right. It's a 5 foot.
Yeah.
You're right. I thought I
Yeah.
could cast it with a 5 foot.
Nope.
You know what?
Nope.
You know what? Screw all of this. Lightning bolt.
Oh, faithful.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
No, faithful lightning bolt. However, my luck with this spell,
Yeah.
for some reason, every time I miss. It's so dumb. I feel like I've never hit it.
I'm pretty sure you're going to be fine on range. Yeah, 40 feet. She's up in the air, but that's going to be fine. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and roll her reflex save. Oh boy. Here we go.
Oh!
Hey, I failed one.
Oh my god, this is the first time it's hit.
I rolled a 4.
Yes.
And it came up to a 21.
What do I do? But
that is going to fail. So, you are going to
finale.
do the full 4d12 to her.
I know. 5d10. Oh no, it's not heightened. Great. 4d12.
4d12.
Excellent. Ooh, 27 points of damage.
Nice.
Finally, I did something.
You unleash this blast of lightning that goes coursing through her. She kind of crosses her arms in front of her to block some of it, but it has no effect, and she is left scorched and burned. The lightning flies past her, flying up into the sky, where there are clouds brewing. Fairel, you still have one action left.
Ooh, hold on. So she's way up in the sky?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, she's only about 30 feet in the air.
30.
So not that high.
Okay, I have a really cool idea for soon.
Okay.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move. I can't move and get off of Fang, huh?
Well, Fang could move as part of your casting of that spell. And then you would still have one action left if you wanted to get off.
I'm gonna do that. So yeah, and then so we're gonna move right here, and then I'm gonna get off, and I have a plan for next turn, and y'all are gonna use me. This is gonna be so freaking cool.
Okay.
So Fang is next to you, or put Fang in a square adjacent to you, or put you in a square adjacent to Fang.
Well, let's put him in here in the little circle of life. Let's put him there.
All right.
Perfect.
Okay. No problem. Okay, that is the end of Fairel's turn. Hachi.
Okay.
Gonna do a little rinse and repeat. So first I'm gonna move here, just like as a bonus action, lean over to our little waterfront and say, "You're doing great, Bug. Tell him he's doing great. You talk to these things, right?" And Bug's just like,
It has a face that is just a boiling wave, and it just kind of stares at you, not understanding what it is that you are saying, and the sounds that come out of it sound like waves crashing on rocks.
I love it. I'm really into a giant thing that does not communicate. That's my jam. Okay, anyway. I will once again cast Chilling Darkness, because let's use all those spell slots, I guess. So I'm going to roll a hit. Is it Euphrates? Oh, that's off the table. Hold on. It's almost a 20, but instead it's whatever, 19, 4, 1, 2, 3, 34 minus my 2 for frighten is 32.
32. All right, so just so that we do remind folks, because this is happening, Ingot, your frightened condition has fallen off.
Oh, right,
Fairel,
yes. After my
your
turn.
frightened condition has fallen off. And Hachi, yours will reduce to 1 at the end of your turn.
Yeah. Understood.
Yes. So your Chilling Darkness did hit. You unleash the blast of cold up at the Ifrit. It is not a crit, but it is a hit.
That is 19 cold damage.
Extra.
19 cold damage. She shrieks in pain as the ray of Chilling Darkness hits her. It diminishes some of her flame. She does look wounded now. She like as opposed to the tiny little cut after the blast of lightning and the blast of cold, she does look wounded now, and she has a look on her face of fury that you mortals would dare wound her pristine flaming flesh.
And Bug is really into her fury. And like it's just kind of rolling around like very, like a dog rolls on his back, like, oh, I'm so excited, this is so great. But Bug is elated, loves this fury, eating it up.
All right, so Hachi, I've reduced your frightened condition by 1. Dond, it is your turn.
Great. First off, I'm going to take the 6 HP.
Yes.
Great minds think alike. I'll start off by doing that. Don is going to move forward just a little bit, staying within this protection here. But he is sort of doing one of those moves where he picks up the cards and lets them drop these metal cards that clink and clank together as he's recharging his spell strike, which he will unleash with another snowball card. At the enemy up above him.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So because you're hasted, that's going to be all 4 of your actions. But go ahead and make that attack roll.
What a turn.
good. It's good. Don't make a sad face. Make a happy face.
The look on his face is telling me it's not a good roll.
Convinced.
Or it's the best roll ever.
What'd you get there, Don?
It's a,
19. I accidentally muted myself. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, all right. 19 total?
19 total.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it.
There's a hero point
right.
if you wanted to try.
You all have two hero points.
two.
You know what?
She kills
Let's do it.
Yeah, second half of the
That was
finale.
even worse.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. And you have
card
another
goes-
hero point.
No.
You cannot spend more than one. Nice try, though. You go
I know,
winging the card up there, and as it approaches her, she has this scimitar in her hand, and she just kind of flicks it aside, and the card goes flying off into the storm that is brewing up above. Dond, that is the end of your turn. Your frightened condition will drop. It is now only a -1. And that is the end of your turn. At the end of the round, the water elemental continues to fight against the flames from the dragon. At this time, the storm above continues to surge. It begins to grow to gale force winds, but they are high above you, and they are descending. And in them, you can see another creature. This one made of furious wind. It begins to descend from the clouds above. It is the living storm, and it drives the Ifrit from the sky. She is now back down on the ground.
Oh, this ruins my whole plan.
Good.
Well, good. I want to go home.
She comes down back onto the ground, and she lands back in the pedal storm, so I'll make a reflex save for that. Because this is her entering it again. She's going to fail this time, so go ahead and give me the full 2d10.
Yes. Oh, you're getting that full D10. 18, baby! Woo!
Oh, that is very good on 2d10.
18 points of damage.
She takes 18
nines.
points of damage, landing down in the pedals. However, it is her turn. Her scimitar, she points it at Don Doom. You are within reach. She can reach you from where she is at, and she is going to swing her scimitar at you. Here it comes.
Yep.
Armor class 33.
Okay, but you have the protective ward and you cast shield. Is that anything?
Well, the shield is over. That only lasts one
shield is
round. That
gone.
was over at the beginning of the round. So, what is your armor class with the protective ward? And frightened 1.
23.
Oh, is it 23? Oh, well, that's interesting. All right.
Very interesting.
She slashes out at you. Fortunately, I did roll relatively poor damage. Oh, but that didn't include the fire. That's interesting. Okay, so hold on. There's there's the additional fire. Okay, it is in there. All right. So she slashes out with this scimitar at you, catching you right in the chest. She slices through your armor deep into you, cutting you horribly. Take 44 points of damage.
No!
I'm coming to give you a hug.
And you are on fire.
Okay. Once more.
Oh, man. What's more with feeling, Don?
Don, are you still standing? I
am still standing, yes.
All right. Well, that's good because I'm swinging at you a second time.
No!
With the scimitar. Here
What the heck?
comes
Not gonna do it. You do it.
armor class 26. She
It's a
slices
crit.
out at you, reverses the blade, and slams it back into you again. The fury, her fires burn bright as her anger rages. Take 25 points of damage.
No.
Oh, God.
Boy.
Oh, no.
Oh, you.
25. Okay, cool. Yeah, got it.
Are you
I'm at
still
negative
standing?
23.
-23.
Okay,
Oh, were you
I'm
at
coming.
2? Were you
I
at
was
2
at 2.
points?
Oh.
All right.
Trying to keep you alive, buddy.
falls to the sands. You are actually at 0.
Right.
We don't go to negative anymore. But
It's
you
just
are at
funny.
0, and you're going to gain the dying condition. I'm going to put this heart on you,
Oh my God. And he's
you
on
are
fire.
dying. You are dying 1, and you are on fire. You are in a bad place right now.
It's like the last time he almost died because he still has 1 more +6 at the beginning of his turn, but he's still on fire. I feel like this happened a couple episodes ago, right? He was on fire and died.
Yeah.
It was also the last
It's
time
okay.
that the water elemental was here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true. Yeah.
The water's bad luck. Can the
With
wind
her
come and blow the
third-
fire out?
With her third action, she is going to step out of the pedal storm.
Of course.
Yeah, you know what? She's going to step to there. Right up on top of you, looking down at you, Fairel. Her scimitar in her hand. She's looking down at you. You can feel the heat radiating off of her brass armor.
Oh.
That is the end of her turn.
Jeez,
Ingot.
crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Ingot is going to move forward for 1 action, and then for the second action, can Ingot grab Don's body and sort of move it behind Ingot, sort of switch places with it, so he's in between?
Yeah, you can drag.
As an
you
action?
can drag him. You can certainly drag him 5 feet. That's fine if you want to move him back.
Yeah, but
Or are you trying to
get in
interpose?
between? Yeah.
Do you have athletics there, Ingot?
I do.
You want to give me an athletics check?
Sure. 18.
18?
Yeah.
18 total? All right, sure. Yeah, you drag him back. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
All right.
for the last action, keeping up the protective ward, where are we at? Oh, not there.
I think
So
you
yeah,
still got
and I'll
another
increase
5 foot
it.
radius there. Yep. All
Put
right.
it
That
20
is
total.
the end of Ingot's turn. Fairel. She is staring down at you with fury.
Okay,
She just laid out Don Doom in one round. She laid out your Magus.
Yep. So, just to clarify, before shit got real, before she came down from the sky, I was going to use tree shape and turn myself into a big tree so Don Doom could reach her. But new plan. Because
Instead,
new plan.
You can fight her and she will burn you to death.
Yeah. Cool. Fun fact. I'm gonna use 1 action to run to Don Doom, another action to touch him for my vital beacon, and I want to give him boo. So, and this is the first time I'm using it this time. So that means, oopsie.
Is that 4d10? 4d10? 4d12?
Yes. Hold on. I was just
One
pulling
of
it up. It was 4d10. Yes.
4d10. All right.
Yes.
So go ahead and roll those 4d10.
24 points of hit points for health for you. Woohoo! To you, Don Doom. You got 24,
Don,
and then
here's what happens real quick, Don. You lose the let's see, your spot in the initiative actually moved as well. You lose the dying condition, so we'll take that off you.
Okay.
I'm going to put the wounded condition on you, which I'll do with the other heart symbol, and you are now wounded 1. Now, this is important because if you fall unconscious again, the wounded condition will immediately add to your dying condition. So it makes it a lot easier to die once you are already wounded. But you have 24 hit points. So, Fairel, that was 2 of your actions.
yeah. Now, initiated act together. I always forget to say that in the very beginning, but I want Fang to move and attack.
All right, so Fang could move as you're doing the touch, and then you would still have 1 action left to do 1 attack. Yeah, that all adds up.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
So Fang is going to attack her. Come on, Fang. Roll good, boy. You got this. Oh, yes. Good boy. That is a 30.
Rolling an 18, scoring a 30. That is going to hit Fang's jaws. Latch onto the Lady of Ashes.
Oh. And now... Wait, what? Oh, I didn't mean to roll 4. I was like, how did that happen? I meant to roll 1d8, not 4d8. Oh, are you kidding me? I rolled a 1. Plus 4, 5, 7. 7 points of damage. Dang it, Fang. 7
points of damage is 7 hit points she no longer has. That's progress. You gotta take it. Fang nips at her and bites her calf, but does not do too much damage. And that is the end of Fairel's turn. Hachi, you are next.
Okay, everyone's looking real rough out there. I'm gonna go here. Give a little wave goodbye to my wave friend. Get it? Wave to my wave friend. I'm gonna go ahead and use my healing gloves on Dawn. So that's 2d6 plus 7. Use that once a day. Oh my god, that's a 5. Not great. 5 plus what did I say? 7. So 12 points.
12.
To you, Dawn.
Right.
Yeah, now you're not super dead anymore. And then I'm going to actually use my last action to cast Life Boost Hex on Fairel, because I feel like you're getting kind of beat up. So at the beginning of your turns, you get 6 points of hit points for 4 rounds.
Thank you.
That's my turn.
Thank you very much. Woo!
Good turn.
All right. That was Hachi's turn. We are now at the bottom of the order. Don, you will get to go shortly. Your initiative got moved to the spot directly before the Ifrit because you fell unconscious. So at the end of the round, you still have the winds roaring overhead, preventing the Ifrit, the Lady of Ashes, from flying. You still have the water elemental. It is throwing water in the air, but as it sees one of you on fire, it redirects some of its water to Don Doom. Don Doom,
Yay!
You may make, because it cannot direct all of its attention to you, it can just kind of splash you. You may make a free flat check to put out the flames on you, 10 plus. So go ahead and give me a flat check 10 plus, and it will put out the flames.
Oh, let's go.
So do you need like a 5 or better?
17.
No, just a 10. Yeah. All right. So the fires go out.
Yes.
All right. It can only do that to one person per round. So as long as multiple of you are not on fire, that's good.
Good to know.
No promises. No promises.
Yeah.
And then you are all standing in this square, and you feel the ground around you suddenly tremble. As
no.
nearby, rising up out of the ground, is a creature made of earth and stone. It appears that all 4 of the elemental creatures summoned by poor Alyut are here in the square. This creature comes rising up out of the rock and stone. Seeing the Ifrit there, it just throws a chunk of rock at her.
Yeah!
Yeah, that's my move. Go, man.
That's my dad.
For that? That is going to hit, and I believe, let me just double check my damage on that.
Sure, he gets to throw a rock.
Yes, it does hit.
Every time Fairel throws a rock, it just goes somewhere else.
That is going to do 20 points of damage. He throws the rock at the Ifrit. Slams into her. She looks badly hurt by that. That looks like it hurt. Oh, nope. Make sure I got that right. There it is. All right. So, the Ifrit looks hurt, but she is still up and fighting. That is the end of the Elemental's turn. Next up, we have Dond. Dond, you are currently prone. Your weapon... let's see. Did you attack with your scimitar? No, you did not.
It was the shuriken.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah, so
Yeah,
your
yeah.
scimitar is still sheathed. So fortunately, otherwise it'd be on the ground over there. So that's fortunate. It's sheathed, but you are prone. You are hasted.
Okay.
What do you do?
I would like to first get up. That's a one action just to stand, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, cool. After I already do that, I'm going to use one of my healing potions. I have a potion of moderate healing, so 3d8
Yeah.
plus 10.
Okay.
Nice. 18 points of healing is what I'm going to do.
Plus your 6. Your last one for me.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, did I do that on
yes,
mine? I don't
yeah.
think I did.
You do the
Plus
beginning of your
6
turn.
for me too. Yeah, I didn't do it that time. Oh, it doesn't matter because
okay.
you cast it that time.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to unsheath my sword,
All right.
and
Third action.
I'm going to recharge the spell strike as I really focus
There it
in on the
is.
sword, bringing it down in front of me. My eyes narrowing as I look upon the Ifrit. That's my turn.
Don boom. Don boom. Don boom.
All right.
Do the thing. We didn't bring you back to life for you to not make it go boom.
She looks
will
at
honor
all
you
of
all.
you and laughs.
Oh no.
Thank you for coming to my pyre. And she throws her finger down, and a small mote of flame leaves her finger, landing in the middle of you and erupting in a blast of
Oh my
flame.
god.
You are
No.
all
Oh.
engulfed in a
Why are we all clumped
fireball.
up, y'all?
Thank you.
It's-
And
Wait,
I'm going
wait.
to need... Yes?
Is just in case, is it a flaming sphere spell?
It's a fireball.
Dang it, because I have counterspell, but I don't know fireball.
Yeah, no,
I get a
it's a
reaction when someone
fireball.
tries to attack me.
Yes.
Well, this isn't an attack on you. This is an attack
Oh,
on
it's
an
AoE,
area.
okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
We
she
tried.
throws the,
Yeah.
no, you've tried
just
all
accept it.
your best tricks, but instead all that you get is fire and ash. I need everyone to make me a reflex saving throw.
But we have the shield, right? That gets +1.
Yeah, it's a plus
Or
one.
does
for-
it not on-
And
Not for reflex.
And Bonnie, remember both you and Fang have to roll, and we will be taking the worst result between the two of you.
Ah, good. Do you see this? Do you see what I just rolled
Well-
twice?
All right.
Wait,
Frightened
halfling
one.
luck? Halfling luck?
I'm
Yeah, you
frightened
might
one,
want
so
to
I
burn
get how many
halfling
luck?
luck.
I'm
Halfling
gonna
luck
use
only
halfling
works
luck.
for one of you. Yeah.
But we're taking the best.
No, you're taking the worst.
No, I'm taking the
So,
worst.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So pretty much it
'Cause-
can't get worse than this. I'm using.
Yeah.
Well, you could spend a hero point for Fang if you wanted to, but you could spend your halfling
I'm
luck
going-
first and then see if you want to spend the hero point. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm gonna spend my halfling luck on myself. Nat 20.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
All
a
right.
lucky little devil. And
I thought that was bug.
now what do I do? Now I should probably
you,
hero point for.
now
Fang?
you'll need to spend a hero point for Fang to let Fang
Yeah.
re-roll because Fang was in the middle
and
of
that
crit
is-
failing.
29 for Fang.
Okay.
All right. So that's a 29 for Fang. Don Doom, what do you got?
I have a 20.
20. All right. Hachi, what do you got?
Hold on, I have a 23, but should I be using my hero point?
Well, that's a
know
decision you
yet.
get to make.
No!
I will say this: a 23 is a failure, as is a 20.
Oh.
I will use my
no.
hero point and roll again, because I got 2 hero points and I don't want to die right now.
Okay.
Okay, that's better.
That's tempting.
That would be your last one.
Yeah.
29.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh.
Ingot, what do you got?
So full transparency, got a 19. I'm gonna spend 1 hero point just to see.
All right. All right.
Oh, Not good enough. 23.
It's a failure.
Oh, no.
All right, London. Time to stand tall before the wagon. Which one are you taking the fail, or are you gonna re-roll?
I'll take the fail.
All right, you'll take the fail. All right.
Oh,
Here
gosh.
it comes. I need to open up the advanced dice roller because I don't have enough dice. Otherwise,
Advanced Pathfinder, no!
Take the hero point. Take the hero point.
It'll be fun, they
Hell
said.
no!
it's 39 points of
Damn
damage
hell.
as the blast of flame envelops you.
God.
Those of you who fail take 39. Those of you who made it, the two of you that have 29, you made it and only take 19.
Jesus.
Okay, what about me? I
19.
got 31 because I rolled a nat 20. Or technically
So-
32.
So remember, you and Fang both were engulfed in the same effect.
Oh, right.
So you don't take damage
right.
twice. You only take damage
That's
once,
right.
but you take damage based on the worst saving throw. So in this
Understood.
case, you're gonna take half.
That's not bad.
So you only take 19.
I'll take that.
Oof.
Ingot
worse.
and Don Doom both take 39. Hachi, you
Oh,
only take
Jesus.
19. Is anyone unconscious?
Not
Did
yet.
anyone drop to 0? All right, cool. All right, that was my first two actions. With my third action,
Oh, no.
I am going to make a melee strike on Fang
No! Puppy!
with
No,
my
little
fist.
buddy.
Oh.
That's a yeah. Yeah.
Armor class 31.
Oh,
With the protective ward.
not a crit success.
Yeah.
Because that's a +1, right? He has a 20,
Yeah.
23 with a +1, 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right
so
now.
not a crit
He has a
success.
pretty high. Okay.
However, this is going to do 23 points of damage, and you are grabbed.
I'm what?
You are
Grabbed.
grabbed. The Ifrit, the Lady of Ashes, picks Fang up off the ground. Picking up your Eidolon, she holds it in her hand, and in doing so, burns it for an additional 2d6 fire damage.
Oh!
That's another 10.
Oh no.
And she
oh,
has
no.
it grabbed, and at the end of your turn, this isn't like persistent damage. You can't get rid of it. As long as you are grabbed, you will continue to take 2d6 fire damage just from being in contact with her.
Great, but okay. I'll wait
Yeah.
till my turn.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just
Are you still conscious? I'm assuming so.
barely.
Okay.
But
Barely.
in the instance of taking so much damage, doesn't Fang get unsummoned?
Only
Yeah,
if
when does Fang get
Fairel-
unsummoned?
Only when you drop to 0. When you drop to 0,
Okay.
Fang
Oh.
vanishes. Yeah.
Oh,
I am
thought
very
if it took.
close.
Gotcha.
No, it's
Got it.
when Fairel drops to 0, Fang immediately vanishes. All right.
Understood.
That is the end of the Lady of Ashes' turn. Ingot,
Woof.
we are back to you. You have just been burnt with a blast of flame. Your clothes are smoking and scorched. You were badly hurt. What do you do?
I have to kill his response.
Yeah, Ingot stands his ground. He takes a defensive position in front of Dond, getting ready to protect as much as he can. And then we'll cast at third level Ray of Frost. He just lets loose this icy blast directly at this thing.
I believe it's going to be at 4th level because it's a cantrip, right?
Oh, yep, 4th level, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, no worries.
Okay. So that's a 30?
30 hits.
Yes!
Just barely. Yeah. Just by a bit.
Okay. So, just a second. 4 plus 7, 9, 12, 16 cold.
Ooh.
Your ray of frost slams into her. She kind of shudders and shakes. She has this big flaming brass scimitar in one hand. She's got Fang in the other. He is whimpering as the flames burn and scorch him. But she is still standing. Fairel,
That's Ingot's
it is
turn.
your turn.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. I'm not going to be much help on this. I immediately... Does it take one action to desummon thing? I don't do it very often.
It's not a common thing, actually. I feel like I need to look it up.
I can also look it up. I can try and look it up as well. And then...
Oh, don't bring his picture up. We don't need it.
Yeah. I think it might be one action. I'm not sure.
The battle goat comes to save us. The fifth element.
Look, when I cast animal allies, I wanted that battle goat. I wanted all the battle goats to be coming to my aid. Like, we fed you. Okay. I'm also looking it up.
Well, you can look it up for yourself at home if you have Secrets of Magic, the new book from Paizo.
That's right.
It features these new classes, like a summoner or a magus.
Yeah.
You can play yourself and tell us about your adventures.
Good. Boppity boopy boop.
I never let him go. So, like, we've never really done this before. The only time he's disappeared was when I was unconscious at 0 points.
Oh,
let's see. I'm looking up.
So unmanifesting it is 3 actions. It's the same.
Three?
It's 3 to send it away. Yep.
Oh no. Okay. So with act
That's
together.
why I couldn't find it, because it's not a different thing. It's actually in the manifest eidolon. It's like, if it's manifested, this activity also can vanish.
All right. Let me know if this can happen. Okay. So if I initiate act together and before I undo him, touch myself for vital beacon and then undo him. Would an interactive action? No, it's too many.
You can't do both. You can't do both because you're doing the 3 actions. You can't also then take the other action. Fang has to take the other action, and Fang is currently grappled.
She's gonna keep hurting him. I'm just have to use all my actions and.
All right.
Bye, buddy.
So as she's standing there holding your animal, your trusted companion, your closest friend in all of these multiverses, your only option is to send him away, is to send him back to the plane from which he came.
Bye, buddy.
He vanishes from her grasp. He vanishes back to the plane from which he came. She doesn't know that he's been sent away. She assumes he just disintegrated and crumbled to ash, and she looks and is like, "You are all next." That is the end of Fairel's turn. Next up, Hachi.
Well, Fairel, don't forget you get +6 hit points from my life boost.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
Lovely.
Dokey. All
You're
right,
a lifesaver, literally.
I'm feeling real gross about this whole situation. I would like her to die, but I'm feeling a little low, so I do that thing where I unhinge my jaw, and Bug does it too, so our magic comes out our mouth and comes together and spits forward, casting Vampiric Maiden at the Ifrit. So that is a fortitude save plus.
Oh boy. This is one of those that if I fail it, it's really bad. All right.
Fail.
Here we go. Come on, roll 20. Don't fail me now. 23. I rolled a 5.
Fail.
That sounds like a fail.
That is a failure. All right, so on a failure, you got to roll all these little guys here. Give me 1 second. All these dice. Okay, so piercing damage, because it does form a coffin, have little fangs, and it look like Bug's fangs actually, and go and then that's a lot of piercing damage. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 12 piercing damage plus. Boop, boop. I do it one more time, and I get this for my heal, and they take that damage. 4, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10. What did I just say before that?
12.
Did I say 12 before that? Sorry, yeah. So that's 20. It's 22 total damage to Ifrit, and I take that extra 10 as temporary hit points. Yeah.
All right.
That was negative damage, that second bit.
This ghostly Iron Maiden appears around her and slams shut around her, and you can see her struggling within it. She is also immobilized and cannot move from her current space until either one round has passed or she spends an action to pry her way out of it.
Yeah.
That's
okay,
better.
go get her. Go get her. She okay, like one more action, I believe.
all yours. All right.
Yeah.
She looks very badly hurt, but she is still up and fighting.
Okay.
You still have one
I will
action
use. I do. What should I do? Should I hide behind someone? You know what? I should. I feel like if I get hit again, I'm gonna die still, though. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast my last life boost on myself. Do I get that 6 points at the beginning of my next turn, or do I get it now? I do it to myself.
You get it.
I feel like I'm
next turn.
Next turn,
turn.
okay. I wait. Yeah. I wait patiently to be imbued by my own power to feel better.
Okay. Well, the upside is the frightened condition falls off you. That's gone now, so you no longer have that. All right. Bottom of the round. Here's what happens: the air elemental continues to ground the Ifrit. The water elemental continues to put out the flames nearby. Although it does look like, unfortunately, the drowsy camel is really bad off. It is blazing. And the earth elemental throws a stone at the Ifrit. That is going to hit.
Yeah.
So he throws another stone at her. She looks very badly hurt. At this point in time, you hear the pipe flutes. The twin pipe flutes.
Rastavan.
It's our bard buddy.
He comes out of the shadows playing his flute to inspire all of you. You all get Inspire Courage. It gives you a +1 bonus. At the same time, some large, overripe fruit come flying from a nearby building, pelting the Lady of Ashes, hitting her with fruit as the townsfolk are now getting in on the action.
Yeah!
Far up the street, you can see a trio of armored goats making their way here as quick as they possibly can.
They do love us.
The goats come charging down the street. They're not ready to fight just yet, but there are battle goats making their way into the arena. Yeah. We're gonna put them up there, up on the north edge of the map.
I didn't even have to use animal allies. They just came from their own accord.
Yeah, they were allies all along.
Maybe.
All right.
This is the best day ever. Besides almost dying.
You say that now.
Yeah.
But it is now her turn.
I take it all back.
It's Don Doom's turn.
Nope. Oh, good. Okay.
Can I go? Can I go?
That's Don's turn.
Cool.
+6.
Don's going to
get her, Don.
Move on up. Oh yeah, I have the +6 as well. Let me add that.
But was that more than 4 times though, or is that?
This is the 4th.
That was the 4th one. Okay, cool.
And now we are going to do a little spell strike with the melee range. Snowball.
Yes. Cold
I'll
sword.
use my hero point. I'm glad I saved it.
Oh!
+1 from Rastavan
on that one.
Yeah, +1.
Oh no.
No, this is terrible.
Oh.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Now you know how it feels.
Yeah. I only rolled a 22.
So what did you get?
Oh.
22. Even with the bard bonus. Yeah, it's still not going to be enough. Yeah, 23 is not going to be enough to hit. Don,
I'm gonna shield. That's my last
Yeah. So Don, you step up to her, you swing your best shot at her, slamming. Your blade comes in, and she just takes the scimitar and blocks your attack. She may be immobilized, but immobilized only prevents her from moving. She does still have her full range of movement in that spot. And Dond, it is unfortunately that is the end of your turn. It is now the Lady of Ash's turn. Yeah. She looks at all of you, blood trickling from her lips, wounds all over her body. She looks very badly hurt. Inside of this spectral maiden, she kind of pries herself free from it.
Oh.
Stepping out, staring at all of you with cold, burning rage, and she swings her scimitar at Dond
Oh no. If we wanted to close a portal, that would be a good time. Ingot thinks in magic.
Armor class 23 is not going to hit, I don't think. Yeah, that's going to be a miss.
Is it a critical
She
failure?
swings... No, it isn't.
No, I wish.
No. And with her third action, she's going to swing at you again, hoping to score a crit and take you out of the fight.
What?
Oh my god!
And you did!
What? Oh,
20! That is a critical hit!
But you're shielded?
The
She's
check
out.
is in the mail.
Still.
That is going to do... Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, this is very bad.
It's not gonna matter.
Oh no.
That is 23 times 2. That is 46 points of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, he's out. Nothing,
No,
even
Dond.
nothing I can do will fix it.
So Dond takes 46 points of damage. He is immediately dropped to 0. He is already wounded. Being knocked unconscious by a crit sends you to dying 2. Wounded sends you to dying 3. You are literally on death's door.
No.
On your next turn, if you have not been healed or something better has not been done to you, you will die. Almost assuredly. Because you're also on fire. Did I mention that? You're on fire. You're on fire as well.
Oh no, he's on fire.
And no more random 6 damage at the start of my turns either, so I don't have that anymore.
Yeah, 6 healing. I
HP.
have one more healing potion left, so I can run over there. Sorry, tabletop.
That is the end of the Lady of Ash's turn. Ingot, Dond may be dead. You don't know. That wound, that blade nearly cut him in half. His blood is spilling out on the sands. Ingot, what do you do?
Ingot starts to panic, and we'll keep Ingot's concentration for the protective ward up, and starts to treat Don Doom's wounds. Ingot will spend the second action to pull out a moderate healing potion, and the third to administer.
So, I feel like pouring a potion down someone else may actually be 2 actions.
What?
Trying to remember.
Then, if that's the case, Ingot will drop the protective ward to do this.
Okay.
Let me double check here for just half a sec. This is so important that we really should double check here.
He passed out with his mouth open, and it's more of a throw for a situation.
Yeah, just throw it in his mouth.
One of those fountains of the baby boys holding the jar.
Yeah.
Just hang on, Don Doom.
We got you.
I'm waiting.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm glad I picked up healing spells. I wasn't going to at first.
Yeah, I got some too. I'm ready.
Yes, I think it's just the one. You have to Yeah, you have to get it out, but then you have to pour it down the throat. So you're fine. Yeah, one way or the other. Yeah, you're okay. All right. Yes.
So you'll get back. Oh no, 1 plus 6 is 7 plus 6, so 13 plus 10, 23 hit points.
23. Thank you. Nethys bless you.
So I'll take it.
You are now no longer dying, but you are now wounded 2. Which means you are at a point now where if I hit you with a crit and it takes you to unconscious, you die. That's it. No extra rolls, no nothing. Straight to death. That's
as
where you're
you
at.
sort of sputter into consciousness, Ingot sort of surveys your wounds and see just how bad it is and looks you directly in the eye and says, "Get out of here." And that's Ingot's turn.
That is the end of Ingot's turn. Fairel, your companion is gone. This fight is a desperate struggle for survival. What do you have?
Unfortunately, I was gonna heal Don Doom, but if I don't heal myself, I might just be in worse shape than him.
Do it.
First, I'm gonna cast Lightning Bolt again.
Oh.
Because maybe she's feeling weak, and maybe we just need one really good roll to do that.
Let me roll my reflex save. Here we go.
Okay.
If I fail this, this might be it. This might be it. If I fail it.
Okay. Oh! Wait!
26 is a success. So I'm going to take half damage.
Half.
Okay, I gotta roll really well.
Roll good.
4d12.
Let's see what these rolls are. If this is a bad roll, I'm going to survive it.
Oh wait. Ooh. I can heighten it for level 4 though, or spell 4, right? Like
you already
level 4
casted
spell?
it. You already casted it 3.
Oh, but the blessing of Nethys.
But
Blessing of Nethys gives another one.
Yeah, we get 2. We get 2. We get 2.
Because of the priest.
Yeah.
We get 2.
Yeah, I mean, had you said that you were casting it in 4th, I would have let you, but you didn't say, so I'm going to hold you to what you said. Yeah, no. If you're going to heighten it, you got to say.
Well, I just assumed because I'm a level 4.
I've been so benevolent.
Yeah,
in the last moment, I'm going to hold you to
it. It's okay. Roll 20. Roll 20. I have never asked for anything of you. Please, roll 20. Just once. Roll well for me. Here we go. 4d12. I will use my hero point.
You cannot use your hero point to reroll damage. Right, you cannot do it. Yeah.
11 points of damage.
That is 11. That is going to be rounded down to 5.
Oh.
I'm still up. I am still
You're fine.
up.
It's fine.
She looks wretchedly hurt.
Okay. I made it easier for the next person. Also, I can't really do much of anything else except for touch myself, and I'm going to Vital Beacon myself for 4d8 of health.
Okay.
Because I'm too far away from Dungeon.
That is the end of Fairel's turn.
I get 19
Hachi.
points.
Yeah.
Hachi.
Yep.
What do you got, Hachi? Do you have
triple
something?
checking. Yes, what I still have left. I still have one chilling darkness. I have one left, and it's the big
One
boy.
left.
So let's roll to hit.
One left.
One left.
Roll the big boy.
It's not great. Hold on. That is I have one more hero point. I have another hero point. I'm gonna use it. It's the last one.
I have a hero point.
I rolled a 7, and I was like doing the math. Oh, that's very good. That's 31 to hit.
A 31 will
actually a 32
hit.
because thing the music.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
No worries. Yeah,
5.
Use
you're
that
fine.
chilling power.
5. Close. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 points of damage.
And it's cold, right?
That's
Cold
cold.
damage.
That's cold, yes.
Huh? Did we do
The Lord
thing?
of Ashes is staring down at Don Doom, her blade hovering over his chest. She has her hand over the pommel, as if she's about to drive it right through him into the sand. And as this happens, a ray of freezing cold darkness envelops her. She shrieks, the blood pouring from her mouth as the darkness envelops her and her fires are exhausted. She burns away into a cloud of smoke and fire that immediately begins rushing off to the north. She is heading back to the shrine. The three elementals look at each other and they know it is time. They depart and begin making their way north to the shrine. The battle is over.
Oh, Ingot gets on a battle goat and goes.
We gotta make sure they go. We gotta make sure they go into the.
And the priest is still there.
Yeah.
So
let's all get on battle goats.
The group of you gather together. Fairel, there are only 3 goats, but Fairel, you can resummon Fang.
Yeah,
right?
bring Fang back.
You're badly
Come
hurt,
on,
but you can
baby.
summon Fang back. All right. The group of you hop on battle goats and
head to the temple.
And Fang and go riding out into the desert.
If for some
The
reason
journey
the battle
there-
goats. Oh, go ahead.
The journey there is swift. The goats are sure-footed out here in the sands, and they make their way quickly. Instead of the full hour, it only takes you about half that time to make your way through the desert sands to the shrine. You knew that this ritual was going to take a while, and as you arrive there, you see the elementals and the wisp of flame swirling about the place, held by the magic of the ritual. You quickly make your way up and dismount from the goats, making your way down into the shrine, down into the caves, across the bridge, back to this small, carefully secluded reliquarium where the sacred objects to Nethys are being held. And there, Alyut
as we cross
is
the
performing his
alarm
ritual.
line, we all say,
Battle
goats!
So,
I'm
so I
delayed.
didn't actually even mention it, but the alarm actually was triggered a while back, right? Shortly after the battle started, the alarm was triggered. You sense that?
Good to know.
So, so Alyut was starting the ritual already. You make your way back into the reliquarium, the sacred room chamber where the headrest that Nethys once slept upon, the source of all of this catastrophe, where it lays. And there you see Alyut as he is finishing the ritual, and he holds his hand out, touches the seam, the crack in space, and it is sealed. It slowly closes up, and as it does so, each of the elements is pulled into it. The winds come swirling into the chamber, blowing dust everywhere, pulled into the rift. Following this directly up is the earth comes shooting out of the walls, its rocks crumbling and pulling into the rift. Water seeps out of the water table and pulls itself into the rift. It too is going home. And last but not least, with a shriek of pain and sorrow and cries of revenge, the mote of flame, the Lady of Ashes, is pulled from the smoke, and her form is dragged back through the rift as it closes and seals.
Yay!
The magic is gone. And sitting at the bottom of the casket is the headrest of Nethys. It is whole once again. Alyut collapses against the far wall, his brow covered in sweat, and he looks at you and he says, Did we win?
You didn't
We
kill the
did.
entire village. So yes, we won.
Yeah. You're gonna have to definitely rebuild the drowsy camel. And quite a few
yeah,
No
others.
more. Don't touch any more headrests. Let's put this back and keep it there.
He looks at all of you and he says, Yes, I think I've learned my lesson. Alyut packs up to accompany all of you back to town, and he looks to all of you and says, Well, I believe I have some explaining to do. You make your journey back to town. You have some goats to ride, and you make your way back into the small community.
Oh my gosh.
The real stars.
That's right, yeah.
I know. I feel like we've all decided that the battle goats need like their own chapter.
Yeah.
So you arrive back at the town of Zaltier, and the fires have been put out. The town is scorched and burned and blackened, but it will survive. The same cannot be said, unfortunately, of the drowsy camel. It looked like when Vintarius had his apotheosis, his joining with the Lady of Ashes, he took his wrath out on the inn first, and it is burned down to its foundation. And unfortunately, that means all of your travel packs went with it. Because they were upstairs. But
it was worse than Felson.
All of your close personal belongings were on you at the time. So while you did lose some things of value and some things of note, nothing that cannot be replaced. The people of Zaltier are gathered around, and they are in the town square, and they are looking over each other, and they are tending to some wounds taken from the fire, giving people water, those who inhaled too much smoke, and helping them cough out all of the kind of black grossness that they inhaled from their burning of their village. And as you get back, it is dawn, and the sun is slowly rising over the community, allowing everyone to survey their damage. Nerissa is there, standing in front of the remains of the drowsy camel. It looks like she was burned, but she did survive. Gagar Varus, the dwarven cook from next door, his business is intact, but he is there as well. He is tending to her and wrapping her arm, and he is bringing out food and drink for anyone who wants it from his establishment. You see Imra and her mother are, of course, both there. They have returned to town and are kind of just standing off to the side. Bilvost and Taluma are both there with their assembled goats, talking to each other, and you see them shaking hands and looking out at the assembled damage. Of course, Adrena Dawn-Kist, the priestess of Sarenrae, has showed up and is tending to people's wounds and healing them and dealing with the worst injuries. And,
we could use some help, and we point to Dawn.
Indeed.
Wait,
she actually makes her way over to triage your wounds.
I was at 2 hit points for a while. I was pretty bad. I'm good. I'm okay now. I'm fine. I touched myself.
That's okay. To be honest, when the spell did not when she made that saving throw, the 5 points of damage left her with 2. By the way, she had 2 hit points.
Oh wow!
Wow.
So
I could just slap her.
While everyone's kind of gathering. Oh
yeah, you see Ulami. She's here, the older woman,
Ulami.
and
from the Jewel.
You also see Rastavan is here, sitting on the side of the fountain, playing his flutes, soothing everyone, giving a bit of a background to this gathering. What do you do?
Fairel's gonna go and grab the biggest piece of like undamaged wood as she can find, and kind of drag it over to where the drowsy camel is, and because she's gonna see Nerissa kind of probably devastated that her place of business is completely destroyed, and she's gonna put it up like near where the door was and cast shape wood, which means I can change the shape of wood into a rough shape of my choice, up to 20 cubic feet in volume. It's nothing fancy. I'm just going to create like part of a wall, and
as this is happening, Ingot will come and join and cast shape stone and add in.
Oh, so we can make like kind of like a wall, and I just want to look at her, and I was like,
I know it's not much, but at least it's a start in rebuilding.
She looks at you with warm thanks, and a lot of the townsfolk come up and put their hand on her shoulder, Nerissa, and they offer up pledges to help her rebuild her business, kind of the heart of the community.
Mm-hmm. Also, probably the only source of like income in the town for tourism.
Yeah.
for them to stay.
Well,
Yeah.
I kind of reach around to my back, and I've been holding this satchel for a while for the group. And I walk over to Nerissa and go, "Oof, yeah, I can't shape anything or build like shit. So here's a whole like a bunch of gold that we got earlier. That we really don't need because I mean I'm rich. I don't need this." And I throw her the bag of money we got from the jeweler, basically.
Yeah. Mine too,
Like,
Hachi. Mine too.
Same.
Well, listen, if you want to grab it back from the person who's lost her place, go ahead and do that. So that's all of our money. I throw it at her.
Yeah.
It's
And then
it's
I just
mostly,
Farrell
it's
doesn't
mostly
need
the
money
money you
either.
got from Felzon, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stolen.
Which
Good.
was
That could
technically
probably-
stolen from the community anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I'm giving
All
it
right.
back. That's me doing this charity. Then I go over to the where all the food's being like doled out, and I kind of just like lay on a chair backwards, and Bug's sort of just like also trying to be laying the same way, like sort of like human, and we're just sitting there trying to like get food into our mouths. We're very exhausted. How about you, Don?
Yeah, I also can't do any shaping, but any money that Hachi has here, I would gladly give that to you. I am so sorry about what had happened here, but I'm just glad that you and all these wonderful people are safe.
She looks to you, and as many of the townsfolk do, and they say, "You did everything you could. You saved this place. It would all be ashes, was it not for you?" And immediately, offers come out, offering to put you up. The inn is gone, but should you need to stay and heal your wounds before heading out, the doors of everyone in this communities, they are all open to you. You have places to stay, food. They are going to throw a celebration to celebrate the kind of the end of these troubles, and you are all invited to stay. But ultimately,
I was gonna say when the villagers start saying like that we can stay at certain places, I'm gonna be walking through the like shambles and rubble of the drowsy camel and go to approximately where on the second floor Vintaris's room was, and go to Don Doom and be like,
We finally got his room.
it's a burnt pile of rubble.
The puddles are nice within this.
Ingot is also sort of surveying and everything as we see the rubble and the smoke. They sort of clear, and there's one building that's sort of weirdly untouched, and it's the road to Felzon's. And Ingot just turns around and says, I think we have the venue.
Because Felzon left of his own volition.
Yes,
Check for
indeed.
traps. Check for traps, please.
Yeah.
Check for traps.
So the people of Zaltier gather together in this time of tragedy, but with solidarity they commit to rebuild and repair. But first there is a celebration, and all of you are invited to join. After a night of raucous laughter, stories of ridiculous battles and triumphs, you all find a bed somewhere in town where you can rest your head. Even Alyut is invited to the celebration. He explains what happened to the town, and while there are many who stare at him with kind of anger and distrust, the general sense you get is that the town will learn to forgive the young priest. He didn't mean to cause all these troubles, and when they were finally revealed, he did everything he could to bring them to a close.
Praise
Praise
Nethys.
For the four of you, your mission here is done, and the College of Mysteries is expecting you to return and file a report. So in the coming days, 4 heroes turn to leave Zaltier behind. The people of the small town see you off with cheers and words of thanks. Imra
I'm taking a battle
is standing at the edge of the community, sitting in her garden, drawing small symbols on the ground that look like flame, but no flame comes of them. She waves
Can
goodbye
I say
as you leave.
As she's waving goodbye, her eyes turn towards the fountain, and Ingot doesn't have a lot of control over it, but it's crudely shaped like a small girl figure now that the water comes out of it where like flames would be.
Aww.
Nice. And with that, 4 heroes begin the long journey back to Absalom. Over the coming weeks, the magic fades from the people of Zaltier. But for the rest of their days, they are blessed with the occasional magic trick and boon to make their lives a little easier. Several years later, a now grown Imra suddenly develops sorceress powers from her brush with the Afridi. Soon after, she leaves Zaltier herself, off to have her own thrilling adventures. But that is a tale for another day. I want to thank you all for watching this stream, for watching the Secrets of Magic, for going on this journey with us. You know, this book, it's just a source book. It's filled with cool classes, cool spells, fun tricks for your characters, but it's also filled with a lot of lore and a lot of story and a lot of love from the people who made it. I hope you will check it out. There's so much in here for you to pull from. This entire adventure was spawned because of one chapter in here about persistent, it's not persistent. I got the word wrong. Here I am trying to close things out. Pervasive is the word I'm looking for. Pervasive magic. It's all about, I drew the inspiration from this story from the chapter on pervasive magic. It's not even the rules exactly as written, but it was the seed of a story. And that story is what I brought here for all of you to enjoy today. I want to thank my amazing cast. You have all been absolutely fantastic. I have really, truly enjoyed playing with all of you. Before we go here, as always, I'm going to toss it around the horn and let everybody tell you about where you can find out more about them. We'll start with you, Xander. Go ahead. Take it away.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Xander Jeanneret. You can find me at Xanderific with 2 R's and 1 F. My main hub is Twitter. I also stream here on Twitch. And I also wanted to give a shout out to the Pathfinder and Paizo community, because you guys have gone on this journey with me with Ingot from the beginner box in Troubles in Otari all the way through this adventure as well. I've loved playing him. I love my little abjuration dwarf wizard. So thank you so much.
Oh, well, I'm Michelle Wynn Bradley, and this is a new character, and I actually wrote like 3 pages of backstory on this dumb idiot, and she's great.
It was amazing.
And she's got a lot of mysteries to solve, and if you want to ever Google it, like her name means, Hachi means 8, and she only has 8 tails instead of 9, and there is a mystery that it's got to be solved one day. Anyway. You can find me everywhere on the internet at I am Chubby Bunny on Twitter and Instagram. And you can find me usually here on Paizo. We'll see what happens after the show. And also on Tuesdays at Hunters Entertainment playing Outbreak Undead. It's a crazy, scary zombie show. I also produce shows for Twitch. You can find a show that I produce called The Weekly on Thursdays at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Taking a little sabbatical, but I'll be back because they always bring me back. And that's it. That's me. Don Doom?
It's me. Thank you, Director. First off, I just want to say thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you for going on this journey with us. Thank you for your patience for my very first time playing Pathfinder 2e. Had a blast.
So well.
Thank you. Loved playing with all of you. Loved being, GM'd by you, Jason. So thank you for that. I'm London Carlisle. You can find me on Twitter. An actor, TTRPG streamer, and I'm in just different places playing different games. For Don Doom, I hope for his future that eventually he becomes Imra's statistics teacher at the college. So hopefully that's what happens in the future.
Come to our school.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes. Follow me on Twitter for all the things I'm doing. If you're in the Atlanta area, I got a play coming up at the Alliance Theater starting on October 8th. It's called Hands Up. It'll be a great show if you're in that area. Would love to see you there. Yes. All right. Fairly well.
And hello, everyone. I am Bonnie Gordon. Again, just like everyone's saying, thank you so much for watching and coming on this journey for us and being so supportive. I think it's hysterical that the first... Oh, they found me. The cops. No, just kidding. If you heard a siren. I think it's hysterical that the two players that have never played Pathfinder before, myself and London, played the two new classes, which was so much fun. I had so much fun learning the summoner class. It was so wild. Thank you again. You can find me all over internet at Bonnie Bell G, as well as Xander and I on our band at Library Bards. Woo! And starting October 28th, there is a show on Paramount Plus streaming, Star Trek Prodigy. You should all watch it. I am the voice of the ship's computer.
Yay!
Star Trek! They just announced it last week, so this is still a very new announcement for me, and I'm very excited to share it with you all. So, thank you.
Yeah, congratulations, Bonnie. That is a huge, huge role. That is fantastic. So congratulations. And thank you to my entire amazing cast. You have all been a lot of fun to play with. I hope to play with you again in the future. I am Jason Bullman. I'm the Director of Game Design at Paizo. You can find me on all the various social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, all of them at /Jason Bullman. That's JASONBULMAHN. I've been streaming a lot of the new Wrath of the Righteous game over on my Twitch channel, and if you missed out on that, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Wrath of the Righteous is a blast, and you can also find it the playthroughs on my YouTube channel. I want to take a moment to remind you that Gen Con is about to hit. We are about to go right into Gen Con here, and while I will not be at the show, Paizo is doing a whole raft of online entertainment. We have panels running throughout the weekends. We have live games. All of it is going to be right here on /official Paizo here on Twitch. So make sure to tune in. I've got a few panels. You can come hear us talk about the future of Pathfinder. We're going to be talking about the future of Starfinder. We're going to be announcing new stuff. We're going to be showing off new stuff. We got a new playtest starting in less than a week. It's an exciting time to be playing Pathfinder. Yay! I hope you will all come along for the ride. Thank you, cast. Thank you, viewers.
Thank
Everybody,
you, Jason.
Have your thank you.
Thank you to the crew too for putting all this on and keeping us together, and the Battle Goat.
Thank you for our Battle Goat crew, Battle Goats. See y'all later, everybody. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.